be flat tonight.
No, they are pumped up and ready to go, and you'll see number 28, Jarvis Newton, go back deep to receive. Back there with him is Abu Kamara, T.J. Johnson out on the field, Trey Colbert out on the field, Jalen Williams. I've never seen the speedsters, Coach, that are out there like they are on that back half of the kick return team. Teeing it up for the Rebels, number 27, that is Luke Stagg. He is the 5'11 senior kicker for the Rebels. Again, Ernie Lott by my side. I am Doug Gann, going to bring you ASH Trojan football, and we are already loading up the viewers online. And great to have you. Buckle up, folks. This is going to be a heavyweight brawl in the 5A division. Winner of this one goes to Natchitoches for the state championship.
Looks like the West Monroe is going to do the sky kick.
Stagg has teed it up, and it does, and it's heading over to Jalen Williams. Jalen's got it at the 25, is going to spin around down at the 28-yard line, and that's where the Trojans will take over.
That looks like shades of Zachary. I guess they saw it on the film and didn't want to take a chance, because when they did kick it to us deep, we have several run backs this year. So.
Well, that's what you see. It was littered down there with the speedsters for the Trojans, and that's going to bring out that Trojan offense led by Judd Barton, the senior. See who he's got in the backfield with him. That is Jarvis Newton. You see Colbert to the near side, Graham Vaughn to the top. T.J. Johnson caught the go-ahead touchdown last week, is in the slot. Judd's back to pass. He's going to keep it himself. Go off the left side. There goes Judd. Judd gets near the first down. Is going to be out in a pickup. They give him 10 yards and a first down, Coach.
That's a little wrinkle. Judd hadn't run the ball except, when he gets pressured, and that right off the bat he ran it for a good first down. So West Monroe was not ready for that one.
Appreciate Nathan Martin and those instant replays. 1st and 10 now. Scoreless battle. Trojans looking for their second play. That one goes to Newton as he is hit right in the backfield by the Trojan or by the Rebels. Look like
trying to see the number 34 was down on the pile that time.
72 was in there. Blake Loring, big young man.
Brock Harvey was outside linebacker or defensive end.
Second down and 10 for the Trojans. They go from their own 39-yard line. Judd pulls this one back as well and spins around. He's going to get 5 or 6, and this is going to be a lot of hard running, it looks like, tonight by Judd. As Coach, maybe they've seen something in there that the quarterback can get some running going.
Yeah, the linebackers are keying hard on the back on that. Trojan run that play a lot where they block down and pull backside guard and tackle, and linebackers are flying to the ball.
3rd down and 5 for the Trojans. Same set. TJ now to the near side in the slot. Vaughn from the far side gets inside the numbers to the hash mark. Judd back in the shotgun now brings Vaughn in motion, and it's going to be a false start against the Trojans, and it seemed like the ball wanted to be snapped before it actually got snapped.
Yeah, I think the center kind of flinched on that one, and now you got a 3rd and 10 situation.
That's correct. The last thing you wanted to do, Coach, you got it 3rd and 5 out near midfield, is get something back that pushes you back towards the backside of it. So doing 3rd down and 9. Again, a scoreless start to this one. Trojans with the first possession of the game after the Rebels won the toss and elected to defer. No score in this one. 3rd down and 9 from the Trojans. 40-yard line they go. 3 receivers now to the near side as 4 and 3 on the play clock. Judd's got to snap it quick and does. Back to pass is Barton looking over the field. Going to step up and dump this one off. Going to be tipped, though. A big defensive play. Rich, did you catch that? Looked like 38 that was down there that made the tip, or 36?
36 looks like.
36, yes.
Yeah. 36 on the tip. That's Kelvin Wells, the sophomore DB, came up and made a play on a ball that was right in there to him, and that's going to bring up a punting situation for the Trojans. So they go not 3 and out, but only get the 1 first down. The penalty kind of got them right there. Matt McAllister back deep to receive number 11. For West Monroe. He stands at his 35. Judd, the punter, as well, gets off a big high punt. Fair catch is called for and made at the 23-yard line, and that's where West Monroe will have their first possession here. No score in this one. Trojans unable to get things going on their first possession, and it's going to be that type of a low-scoring game we expect. 9:59 to go here for those that are listening on radio. We appreciate you here locally. For those that are viewing around the world on the internet, welcome. We're glad to have you here.
It's going to be key here for the Trojans to try to stop their ground game, because they that's what they live off of.
Lane Little in at quarterback, under center. Tosses the ball back to Williams, and that's what you're going to see the majority of the night is Jerome Williams that has it. He'll get 3 on the play. Bring up second down, and they give him 4. It'll be second down and 6. And you'll see that, Coach, all night long, as we have all season in the last several years that we've been following West Monroe. When we match up, Lane Little at quarterback, he can run it, but it's a steady dose of Williams all night long.
Absolutely.
Little under center, hands it to his fullback this time, though, and that's a new fullback. That is A.J. Howard. Their fullback from last week was hurt, and that's John Pearson. So we want to send out best wishes to Pearson, of course, as that was the freshman that was playing fullback and playing it well for him. And that brings A.J. Howard back in, who played a lot early in the season. 3rd down and 1 now for the Rebels from their 32-yard line. No score in this one. 9 minutes to go. First quarter of play, so just underway. Little back under center. Tosses back to Williams. Good pressure from the Trojans, but Williams gets to the outside and is going to have the first down. Coach, what are you seeing on that line of scrimmage now?
They're putting hat on hat. The offensive line for West Monroe is coming off the ball pretty good, and that's going to be a key as to where our defensive front can step up and give the linebackers the opportunity to get to the ball carrier, because the tailback's playing about 7 yards deep, and he's kind of like picks his holes when they pitch it back to him.
You will see West Monroe run the ball a lot, but they are sneaky accurate with their throwing. So you have to guard against the pass, but commit to the run. There's a toss back. That is Williams, and he's going to spin out of some stuff, but that's big TQ Schweizer that comes up and makes that. No, check that. That is 46 Jamari Monette that came up and made that one. So Jamari Monette coming up and making a big stop in the backfield. You can see it on the replay there. Loss of a yard for Monette, and had him stopped for a couple of yards extra on that little option play. But, Coach, he just able to make him down, and we've seen plays like that go for bigger gains.
Right. And you like to see them stay behind the chains, because passing is not their forte, even though they can throw it if they have to.
Second down and 11. Little goes to the shotgun now, and he's going to give it. Nope, that one goes over the middle, and that's just what we talked about. As you commit to the run, there they slip in, and that was their return man from a little bit earlier. That's the senior Matt McAllister, the 5'11" wide receiver that came up and got that one, and that's the second first down tonight for the Rebels.
Yeah, that looked like the backside tight end on that snuck off across the middle.
7.5 to go here. First quarter of play. We're scoreless. Rebels on the move at the Trojan 49-yard line. Little once again in shotgun. Fakes the handoff and going over the top again, and that one overshoots his intended receiver, Coach. And Rich, what do you have?
Flag on the play right here on the away from the play here on the sideline to Coach Bachman. It'll be against West Monroe.
We'll certainly take that one. And you see now the method for Coach Severio and that defense is to commit to the run. West Monroe has now came out with a couple of over-the-seam type passes, and that's the strength of this Trojan defense, Coach.
Right, and the Trojans are going to have to read their keys, especially in the secondary. You can't keep your eyes in the backfield. You got to read the tight end release there, and the safety's got to be all over it. He was close, but
the penalty was declined there. It was an ineligible receiver downfield, an ineligible man downfield. The Trojans are going to take the incomplete pass. That will make it second down and 10, still from the Trojan 49-yard line. Little, the quarterback, goes back up under center. He's got Williams about 8 yards deep, standing at the 41 of the Rebels. Now that goes the inside little toss, and that's a misdirection, and 17 is going. He's going to get another first down. Cut to the middle, big play out to the 30 for the Rebels, and that's J.T. Etheridge. And so a lot more open offense early on, Coach, than what we've seen from the Rebels.
Yeah, they undoubtedly know that they can't run straight at the Trojans, so they're trying a lot of misdirection, reverses, little quick passes, short passes.
West Monroe will come to the line here. Scoreless battle, 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. So first one possession for the Trojans ends in a punt, and the Rebels now on their first possession. 2 receivers to the near side, Little under center. Handoff's going to go to the fullback, and he's got room up the middle. Good tackle that time, C.J. Kittling coming in and making that stop, but not before another big play. And, Coach, it seems like the Trojans are just about a half a step behind on each play.
Right, and you got to give credit to West Monroe. Their offensive line are big, and they're physical, and they're coming off the ball and opening up some nice holes.
Certainly appreciate everyone that's listening around the state there on the internet via our Facebook page. Glad to have you there. Little under center, 1st and 10 for the Rebels. Handoff is going to go right back up the middle to Howard, and he just continues to bull his way out to another Rebel first down, Coach. And going to have to be some adjustments made. The old Sky coach there, they're going to have a session after this. Trojans are going to have to do their best to get off of this drive that the Rebels are on. 1st down and 10, 6:11 to go here, halfway home in the first. 10-yard line is where the Rebels have it, so it'll be 1st and goal. Little now back in the shotgun.
Got a new wrinkle here.
Got Williams to the left side of him. High snap. It's going to be a ill-timed play that time, and Little glad to hang on to that one, but the timing on that play, Coach, from the snap was off.
Yeah, they moved A.J. Howard, the fullback, up, and they moved the tailback right next to the quarterback, and it was kind of like a wham, what we used to call a wham play, with the fullback lead, and the quarterback and tailback was leading up in right behind the fullback.
Trojans ran 4 plays on their first drive. They get a 1st down on the first and then go 3 and out following that. Rebels on their first possession are now inside the 10-yard line of the Trojans. 2nd down and goal from the 8. 5:21 to go here, first quarter of play. That is Williams. Williams got it up the middle and is going to get into the end zone for the first touchdown of the night. That is Jerome Williams making his way into the end zone.
They faked to the right side like they were going behind the fullback and ran back to the left side on a little counter play with the tailback, and he picked up the touchdown from, about 5-6 yards out. He
did. Look like it was a 7-yard touchdown run is going to put West Monroe on top of this one. And, Coach, we've seen it through the years for them. They run that swinging gate on their PAT attempts. They'll adjust back in if you don't cover, and here they move back in. 6-0 in this one. West Monroe on top, looking to add the PAT. Timeout coming. That kick is up, and it is good. Back in 30 seconds on LA 103.5.
Whether you really need to refuel and refresh or just need a splash and go of Shell fuel, Why Not Stop is the place to find the best freshly made food and Shell fuel in Central Louisiana. Having friends over? No problem. Pick up a party platter or 2. Choose fish, chicken tenders, or boudin balls. Want to really wow them? Get a Why Not a Party platter, which has all 3 plus flautas. To find out more about the Shell Fuel Rewards Card, Why Not Stop, or the locations nearest you, visit whynotstop.com. Refuel and refresh at Why Not Stop.
ASH Trojan football is driven by Hickson Autoplex on LA 103.5.
And we're back here, semifinal action between the ASH Trojans and the West Monroe Rebels. Rebels take their first possession and march down the field following the Trojan punt and add the touchdown run by Williams. PAT is there as well. And now getting ready for that sky kick again for the Rebels is number 27, Luke Stagg. Stagg puts a foot into this one. It is high, and it is short to the 30-yard line. Brought in and caught. Now getting to the outside 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Here we go down to the 25-yard line. That is Jalen Williams, number 8, making a huge play over there and catching that sky kick. You can pick it up on the instant replay. And, Coach, not for a saving tackle, then that is the great equalizer, but momentum is right where the Trojans need it.
Yeah, and you need to give the defense a chance to make some adjustments here. They're looking over the tape from the last series. Coach Severio be coaching the defense up. Offense needs to keep the ball and get a score right here and stay in the ball game.
Well, that's that speed that we talked about that was back deep to receive for the Trojans. Anywhere they sky kick it, there's a chance to take it the distance, and you know that's something they saw on tape. Newton joins Barton in the backfield. Judd hands it off to Newton, and Newton's going to get off to the left side, still churning those legs. Going to get 5, 6, 7 out to the first down. And these Trojans, Coach, it looks like they got off the bus now, and they're ready to go.
Yeah, that was a nice run. There was some good blocking up front by the lineman, but it was a great effort by the running back as well.
Before you send me those nasty comments, I know that Ash didn't come here on the bus. So that's bear with us there. 1st down and 10 now from the 14-yard line. Go the Trojans. Colbert is the lone receiver. He's in man coverage calling for the football and looking at Judd to see. He's saying, hey, look, I've got my man in man coverage. Let's go get him. Instead, they're going to hand off. That's Chris Gray up the middle to the 10, to the 5. Down inside the 6 is what they'll give him. And that's going to be 2nd down and 1 now as the Trojans, Coach, are looking to get the equalizer.
Yeah, and I think that was a little distraction. I don't know if that was on purpose, but he was out there hollering, "I'm open, I'm open." They might have been looking for
Handoff
him.
goes up the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown, Chris Gray. Touchdown, Trojans. Looks like, West Monroe called the timeout before the play. No touchdown. Rich, is that what the call is?
Yeah, you could hear the whistles blowing, but unfortunately the play went off anyway, and to the packed stands on our side, we thought it was a touchdown, but the whistle did blow. Timeout called by West Monroe, just trying to catch their breath as the Ash Trojans were going to NASCAR it in.
So, Rich, we got a question for you now. I thought that Colbert was calling for the ball, and Coach Lott thought that was a little trickeration there as they run right up the middle. Either way, that was a big productive run.
Coach Lott's been doing this for a long time, and he certainly understands because Judd never looked over this way, so he knew what play to run, and they ran it. He got him to the 4 and should have had the score saved for the West Monroe timeout.
Well, thank you, Rich. 4:23 to go here, first quarter of play. Trojans on their second possession. West Monroe took their first possession, went down, and a big kickoff return by Jalen Williams off of the sky kick, and had to go, let's see, looked like it went about 50 yards on that one, and the Trojans now find themselves on the 5-yard line. Give it perhaps the 6 there, 2nd down and 1. Judd in the backfield brings TJ in motion, and are going to be nobody calls it, so we're looking to keep and run the play, and the Trojans got away with 2 men in motion right there. Handoff goes right up the middle. That's Gray. He's not going to have the same result, but he looks like he's going to have the first down out of it, and he will. It'll be 1st and goal from inside the 2-yard line.
We dodged a bullet right there because, like you say, that both men moved, and the guy in motion, they didn't see the tailback take a step, so we come out smelling like a rose on that one.
Setting things up here, 4:08 and counting. Trojans knocking on the door. They're trailing the Rebels 7-0 in this one. Judd calls for it. Back to pass. They're going to have a stoppage on here. They're going to call offsides against the Rebels, so that'll be half the distance to the goal line, albeit not much of it.
Yeah, well, I noticed not going back to the game before, but when we played them up there, I thought a lot of times their defensive front was kind of cheating across the ball. It never was called, and give credit to these New Orleans officials. They Johnny on the spot here.
Well, they tend to get their best crews in as these semifinal matchups. The other one, Acadiana and Destrehan, the winner of those 2 games will play in Natchitoches on Wednesday week. 3:54 and counting here. Trojans knocking on the door, first and goal from the 1. Abu Kamara's got the handoff. Abu Kamara goes to the left side, is going to be brought down after just about a half-yard gain. Rich, I know you can see it down there. There can't be much room between that football and the goal line.
No, there's not, and you can see the guys getting real jumpy as Judd's trying to draw them off sides, but you're inside the 1. Let's punch it in, guys.
And you see Taylor squeeze in. You got a big offensive line, but that defensive line from the Rebels is just as good. Kamara gets it, and he's going to go into the end zone. Now that's touchdown Trojans. Touchdown Abu Kamara.
Just don't want to pick up an unsportsmanlike here with all the showboating in the end zone. Of course, they see that on college, and thank goodness the officials didn't throw a flag.
Well, the officials went down there and got control of them, said, hey, just stay in contain. But what a moment. They answer a huge one right there, 7-6 in this one. We'll see who starts things out. That is Rajan Valdez, 83. Rajan Valdez that is on for the PAT. Got a 30-second timeout coming up after this. It is 7-6. PAT is pending. Snap from John Saws back. Hold is down. Kick is up. Valdez hammers it home. 7-7 back in 30 on LA 103.5.
At Hickson, we know our business is not just selling and servicing cars and trucks. We're a family-owned business that believes in supporting the communities where we live and work. Healthcare, first responders, charities, schools, and civic organizations are all a part of our support for Central Louisiana. And as a part of this support, we're proud of our commitment to Alexandria Senior High, its staff, faculty, teachers, coaches, students, and student athletes. We are equally proud of our support and commitment to Coach Bachman and the Thomas Bachman Show. When it comes to Ash Trojan spirit, Hickson has it.
Hickson has it.
Catch all the scores, coaches' interviews, and more every Friday night at 10 on LA Friday Night Lights, right here on LA 103.5.
So the first kickoff now for the Trojans in this game that is now 7-7. And, Coach, we talked about special teams early on. The Rebels used that sky kick, and the Trojans were able to get a big return. Abel Peterman, the majority of his kicks go into the end zone, and you see the Rebels have adjusted. They've got their heels on the goal line.
Absolutely, and it's a big thing in the game, and it could come down, like I said, to the last minute, a field goal, an extra point, anything could make a difference, because I think the West Monroe fans are a little shell-shocked right now that the Trojans came out that quickly.
This one is 7-7, and Peterman drives this one into the end zone, and he tried to catch it before it went out of it. Pretty crafty play that time.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
No, by number 11, that's Matt McAllister. We've seen him make some big plays already in this. A very, very solid player for that Rebel team.
I was looking at the lineup here. The West Monroe on their offense have a lot of young players. They got mostly juniors on that front line. However, the defensive line is all seniors, so we're going to see how it comes out here.
3:19 to go here, first quarter of play. I am Doug Gann. That is Ernie Lott, Rich Dupree on the sideline. Lane Little, the quarterback for the Rebels, goes shotgun. He's got Williams flanked to his left, just a half a step. Little calls for the ball. They're going to run the option. Little's going to keep it, and here comes Big John Parrish, number 9, to come up and make the play. And look who Rashad Thompson is there, and that looks, Rich, that looks like Adaya is in there for the Adaya Jones has made his way in there on the defense.
97, Wyatt Dozon was also really the first one to wrap his arms and slow him down until he got more help.
But a 5-yard gain for the Rebels, and they'll take that every time. Second down and 5, 2:50 to go, first quarter of play. Little back under center now. Williams is flanked right side, 2 receivers to the near side. And a little misdirection type of play there as Williams, getting crafty, gets out and picks up the first down. And that young man is just as advertised. Williams, as goes Williams, goes the Rebels, and he is on pace tonight to have a big game.
The fullback, they're kind of using him like an H-back as a blocking back, and he's little wrinkle I think that they didn't use in the first game. So I'm sure Coach Severio will make some adjustments here with the big number 1 there.
First down and 10. Rebels have it at their own 35-yard line. Handoff, no, back to passes. Little, he's getting pressured up the middle and going to be brought down, and that's big-time Jermaine McNeil firing through. Oh, yeah, Jermaine knew that his time was coming there. Wow, what a big play, firing up the gap.
That kind of eliminates the running the game a little bit. For better watch the screen here, so it's going to be second down and long yardage, and the West Monroe Rebels don't like those long yardage.
Give him a 6-yard loss on that. Will be second down and 16. 1:47 to go here. First quarter tied at 7. Trojans answered the Rebel touchdown with one of their own moments ago. Little's got 2 receivers to the near side, none to the top. Fakes the handoff, and he's going to keep it himself. But again, that Trojan defense is right in the backfield like they heard the play call.
Kind of glad they didn't give it to the back that time, because he had some running room to the outside, but the Trojans stayed at home, read the keys, and was right there, Johnny on the spot.
PA announcer Ronnie Schwartz getting this Trojan crowd into it, as this is an opportunity to get the Rebels off of the field, and you don't see that happen often to this West Monroe team.
Nice turnout here. Easy for you to say, but
Etheridge, the receiver to the near side, watch him. He is joined also by McAllister in the slot. Little on third down and 16. Handoff goes to Williams up the middle and slips down, it looks like, but that's going to bring up a big fourth down here as we are under a minute to go, first quarter of play.
Flag on the play, guys.
Look like they're calling false start. I wish you could decline that one. Go ahead and so that was before the play, then the motion. Not sure why they let the play go off on there. But 49 seconds to go. Third down and 21 now here from Butch Stoker Stadium. Tied at 7. Clock runs 23 on the play clock, 45 and counting on the game clock.
Something you don't see West Monroe do very often is make mental mistakes.
And there have been a couple of penalties in this one so far. Little has Williams. Little is from the shotgun. This time slips down, but Williams gets a handoff. And, Coach, let me tell you, this muddy field is difficult, and it's playing havoc on the footing of the Rebels tonight because they've played on turf all season long.
Right, and you're not sure what kind of cleats they got. If you're used to playing on turf, you don't really need the long cleats, but if you're playing on dirt and grass surfaces, it's nice to have those longer cleats to dig in, like you say, on the soft surface.
Top punter in the country, a lot of people say, and that's LSU signee, number 32, Peyton Todd. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. That one does not get off. 7-7 after one. When we come back, it will be the West Monroe Rebels getting ready to punt to Jalen Williams and the Trojans. Back in 30 on LA 103.5.
Need a quick tow?
Sadler's Towing needs many of its clients by accident. The first time. The second time, their clients call because of the fair price and great service that they previously received. If you need a tow, light-duty winching, you're locked out of your vehicle, or just need a jump start, Sadler's Towing is ready to handle your situation. Sadler's Towing is available 24/7, including Christmas and New Year's Eve. Put their number in your cell phone today, 447-7235. Again, that's 447-7235. Sadler's Towing, Alexandria, Louisiana.
This is Ash Trojan Football, presented by Hickson Autoplex on LA 103.5.
We are back. I am Doug Gann, Ernie Lott by my side. Rich Dupree down on the sideline. Rich, what's going on down there as we switch quarters?
You were mentioning about Peyton Todd being an LSU signee. He is considered the #1 punter in the country. He is going down. He tweeted out that he was going to help Grandpa, Zach Rosenberg, the 30-plus-year-old punter for the LSU Tigers. So, Todd's going to go down there and add to the kicking core for the Tigers.
Trojans had a blocked punt against Todd in the first game of the season. Now Jalen Williams stands back on his 30. And Todd is just as advertised. We've seen him just bang the football the last couple of years. Snap is back. Todd's got a hold to this one, and it is going to drive Williams back. Camps under it, 21, 25. Oh, and hit hard at the 30, coach, and pick up a number on that. That's 29 for the Rebels, who came up and made a tremendous play. That's Christian George, the senior wide receiver, playing special teams. And you saw him from a few yards back coming to make that play, because the footing coach is really playing havoc on people trying to make cuts.
Especially in the center of the field. It's kind of worn and not a whole lot of grass, and he tried to make a little juke cut there, and when he did, he lost his footing and didn't get pick up, but at least he held on the football. That's key.
10 seconds into the second quarter, that is tied at 7. Trojans have it first down and 10 from the 30-yard line. 3 receivers come to the near side. Taylor out in the slot. Expect him to move over in motion. Graham Vaughn to this side. Running back looks to be Chris Gray, and they switch and do a lot of movement. That's Jarvis Newton, and now looking like the old Washington Redskins with all the motion going around. Judd's going to keep this. Go up the middle. Judd's got it. 40, 45, 50 goes Judd. Now Judd 40. Now 30 Judd, and he's pointing. You better tuck that football away and get in that end zone. How about that 70-yard run?
Unsportsmanlike.
They're going to penalize him after that. We'll see if they pull that touchdown off of the board. You certainly don't want to see that. You got to get in the end zone there. And Judd just opens it up. Rich, is that going to be unsportsmanlike?
That's what we're talking about here on the sidelines, it appears, because Judd's hand went up. The flag came out shortly after that. So that's what the officials are discussing right now. But if anything, it's unsportsmanlike, which will be penalized on the kickoff.
That is 2 long rushing touchdowns for Judd this season against the Rebels, and they're getting tired of seeing that number 2 out there. 13-7 now, Trojans with the lead on a big 11-second drive there. Judd houses it from 70.
I think Coach Bachman may have to have a little understanding with his players about there. I know they see that on the TV a lot, and you saw it the other day at LSU when he's backing in the end zone. And
speaking of LSU punters, LSU years back had one of those taken off of the board because their punter was high-stepping as he got in there. And you got to just curtail the passion that's on there.
Especially this is the most important game the Trojans have played to date, so every little thing is going to be under the microscope.
Rich, what do you have?
And while I can't repeat everything Bachman just said, one of the things he did say, guys, you got to act like you've been here before.
Peterman on for the PAT. Snap is back. Kick is up. We're going to keep it here, too. That is good. 14-7. We're going to keep it right here. And, Coach, an 11-second drive, 70 yards. That's what you need. So the Rebels go up 7-0, but here come those Trojans.
And I think, like I say, they're shocked on that sideline. You can bet that. But they're a championship team. They're not going to lay down either. So, and I see the coaches having a long talk with Judd there.
I couldn't get between them. They're so close.
Yeah, he's making an understanding, and all the rest of them need to see that as well.
I think he's probably telling them, look, I've got to tell you not to do that anymore, but keep running those 70-yard touchdowns, and we'll be fine.
We'll be all right. I'll stick my hand up in the air up here.
That's right. Now, that may not be what Bachman was telling him, but in my mind, Coach, that's what we're going to go with.
Yeah. No, guys, that's exactly what he was telling them. I couldn't hear every word, but toward the end, it was more it was the stern father at first, and it was the loving, kind father saying, I love what you're doing, son. Keep doing it.
You know, coming up at the end of the season, we're going to have our offensive and defensive MVPs of the season, and there are a lot of opportunities for this. And we'll see what Coach Bachman is getting going on down there. Rich, you'll have to give us an update on that, as there are some extra chairs that are down in the, I guess, the tailgate section, what would be the high jump pit, as it were.
I'm not sure what those people are sitting there, unless they're dignitaries of some sort, but nonetheless, Trojans are going to have to kick from way back on the 25-yard line, so you know the West Monroe is going to get a run back here, because I don't believe Valdez can hit the.
That's correct. Well, Peterman there has trouble, and so here's where you have that dilemma that the penalty hurts you. The last kick, and a lot of the kicks have went out of the end zone. Now, if you don't get the ball and they start at the 30 or 40 or wherever that's at, then all of a sudden that was a huge penalty.
Right, and it's going to give them a chance to run the ball back, unless we would do a bold thing here and try an onside kick, and that would be a shocker, especially on this end of the field.
I'm going to say let's
kick it deep.
Let's kick it in that around the 25-yard line. There's a big opening on there. Peterman ready to put a foot into this one. Don't think he has the distance to get it to the end zone here.
And hope he doesn't slip down, because that is a soft part of the field right there.
Peterman bangs this, and he does fall, and that's an end-over-end caught at the 20 to the near side, up the middle 30, 35, 40. Trojans got to get him down, and that looks to be McAllister on there, Coach. Check that. Yeah, that is Matt McAllister. And
that's about a 50-yard penalty, because normally, like I say, it goes out the end zone, and they're starting at the 50-yard.
They'd have started at the 20 on odds. Now, you can't say that he's going to put it, because he slips on the ground out there. You move him back to the 20-yard line where he's kicked, and the footing is not near what it is out at the 35.
Right.
So the Trojans have battled their way to take the lead in this one, and they give a gift to the Rebels here. Great return. Great job of stopping McAllister, too, as he has all the potential to go to the house anytime he touches the football. We'll see where Little goes. He spends a lot of time under center, and he spends it back in the shotgun. He's got Williams to the near side with him, does Little. Two receivers to the near side, empty on the top of the field towards the Rebels fans that have brought a lot of folks, much more than they did a year ago in the regular season game. 1st and 10 from midfield for the Rebels. Williams coming. Nope, that's a new run, and there goes Little up the middle, trying to do a Judd Barton right there. We'll get an update on who number 31 is. Josh, well, 31 I had was injured. Nope, that's John Pearson was the fullback that was injured. That's 31, Josh Pearson, the senior running back that's back in there.
And we also got number 44 back there in place of the big guy that was in there earlier.
44 is Levi Redding. Two receivers to the near side. There's that normal setup for the Rebels as they go 2nd down and 6. Handoff does go to Redding up the middle, and he is going to be brought down after a pickup of a couple. 10:47 here until halftime. Trojans lead this one 14-7.
I think West Monroe, their game plan is basically run as much as they can, shorten the game, keep the offense off the field, and as long as they can pick up 3 and 4 yards a pop, that's
they'll take
game.
it. That's been a story for them for a lot of years, and they have been uber successful at doing that. 3rd down and 3, but don't expect a punt on this side of it. So 4-down territory for the Rebels, you would expect. They go from the Trojan 43-yard line, does Little. His handoff is going to go to Redding up the middle. Not going to even have to consider the 4th down, because he gets it right off the bat. Just barely, but enough to move those chains out to the 40-yard line. Go the Rebels of the Trojans. 10:08 to go here until halftime in this semifinal matchup. Winner goes to Natchitoches. Yes, Coach.
West Monroe front averages about 250 across there. 225, 275, 205, 250, and 215. And
very solid at their game play indeed. Now you've got a 3-man backfield running backs on either side of Little. He fakes and runs the option. He's going to get hit, and that ball looked like it went forward on there. Williams has it. Little got hit pretty hard, but threw that pitch at the absolute perfect moment, Coach.
That was a new wrinkle. I haven't seen that. It's kind of a split back veer, we used to call it. Fake the dive to the left halfback, and right side tailback comes around for the pitch. He just got it off.
Yes, he did, and it went forward too, so looked like it would have been an incomplete pass had it been dropped on there, not really factoring into anything there. From the 25-yard line, give them the 24. Go the Rebels, first down and 10, looking to equal this thing up with 9.5 to go until halftime. Redding goes out in motion there. Handoff goes to Williams. He's going to keep it up the middle, and he slips the tackle. Trojans have got to get him down, and Coach, wow, the tackling is what's got to be there for the Trojans.
Yeah, they're running hard and running over our cornerbacks and safeties, and our linebackers are not getting there, and that's they're going to have to step up and make the tackle in the secondary.
That is Pearson that's out there that was in motion, 31. He goes, looks like he is off as they go to the standard set. Little will be back. No, Pearson still back in there. That is 31, Josh Pearson, alongside of Little and Williams.
Split back set again.
Little calls for the ball, low snap, but the handoff is there to Pearson. Pearson's going to be wrapped up and driven back by the great pressure. That is Rashad Thompson. That is TQ Schwazer that are in there, and Jermaine McNeil.
Yeah, Trojans wasn't fooled on that. It was a little counter play that they ran previously, and they were all over it that time.
The one thing you got to watch out for is West Monroe tries to grind and grind and grind. Remember, they get the ball to start the second half, and it's never too early to start talking about that. You don't want to see them get an advantage in any way and then come back with the ball, because they can really grind on you. Second down and 13 following that loss. Same backfield setup. Handoff, nope. Little's going to keep it on the option this time. He's going to pick up the 2 yards that was lost. That'll make it third down and 10 from the 10-yard line. Do not lose sight of someone slipping down the seam on the pass.
Yeah, the grass monster got him that time a little bit that time too, so that helped us out.
Trojans will focus on the run but have to be wary of that pass. We see out on the near side coverage is Etheridge, and he is the lone receiver that's out there. So, nope, there goes their man McAllister. Matt McAllister, you got to keep somebody on him.
Watch a little dump pass to the tight end here.
Little under center. Handoff goes to the first man through, and that's where that big defensive line for the Trojans stops him after a 2-yard gain. He will get to the 9, but it's going to be 4th down and 8, and the Rebels will look to come out and try for the field goal. But, Coach, we got burned on a fake last week right off the bat, so the Trojans need to be in field goal safe in this one. This will be Stagg on to attempt an apparent 25-yard field goal from the middle of the field here. 7 minutes to go here. Trojans on top 14-7. West Monroe trying to get the score here to get it close. Trying to get it to within 4. We will take a 30-second if this is made. Snap is back. Low snap, kick is up, and it is good. Back in 30. It's 14-10. Trojans on top on LA 103.5.
You're hungry. Your team needs you. You're a fan. You want to be at the top of your fan game, but you need something different. You need fan fuel. At Walk-Ons, we treat every day like game day. We're here all week long feeding fans with delicious, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, made fresh in our from-scratch kitchen. We've got what it takes to fuel fans and the team to victory. Walk-Ons, it's game day with a taste of Louisiana.
South MacArthur Service Road in Alexandria.
ASH Trojan football is driven by Hickson Autoplex on LA 103.5.
Well, Coach, I guess the Trojans kind of avoided anything disastrous. Following that penalty leads to the field goal attempt. That defense is solid.
Yeah, that was a good defensive stand right there. Had the backs to the wall, and the defensive front stepped up and stopped the Rebels on that drive. Need to get a worm burner here. I don't think they're going to kick it sky kick again. They may, but
well, if they're pointing to the other side, and now Trey Colbert is over there, and so pick your poison on what you want to kick to. Now Stagg faces down the middle, so really unsure where he's going with it, but the Trojans are ready at any point, and that does go over towards Trey Colbert. Colbert brings it into the 20, and he's got wheels to get there. If he can get to the outside, he's got a chance. There goes Colbert to the near side, 25, going to be driven out of bounds. Nope, falls down 31-yard line. And, man, that's good work going on by the Trojan return team. And we talked about that beforehand. They had 6 speedsters back, and that's something that they saw on the film was that sky kick of West Monroe.
Right. In special teams, high school teams don't work on it a lot, but at the 5A level, that's a key part of the game, whether it be field goals, kickoff returns, punt return, all that's very important.
West Monroe gets it to a 4-point game here. It is 14-10. Trojans with the lead. They've scored on their last 2 possessions rather, I won't say easily, but have methodically made their way down. Now Judd's got 3 to the top, all 3 of his receivers, and has Jarvis Newton flanked a yard behind him. Judd calls for it. Handoff is to Newton. He's going to go up the middle.
He kind of tippy-toeing a little bit that time. Looked like one of the West Monroe players lost his helmet. He'll have to go out. That's big number 96 for West Monroe.
That's Aiden Bello, it looks like.
Yeah, he's a little bitty boy at 6 foot, 285.
Right. 6.5 to go here as the clock continues. 2-yard gain for Newton. That'll make it 2nd down and 8 for the Trojans from their 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the near side. Split out. Judd with the throwback. This time is Colbert. Colbert in the middle of the field. Colbert 40. Colbert 45. Cuts to the near side. 50. Colbert into West Monroe territory. Driven out of bounds that time at the 45. And we saw that play, Coach, in the first-round playoff game against Slidell. Was the first time that Coach McLaughlin pulled out that little, I guess, the throwback pass.
Bubble screen or whatever you want to call it. But it definitely caught West Monroe off guard there, I think.
That Nascar offense is up and running here. They've got it 1st down and 10 from the Rebel 44-yard line. Judd's got Newton, it appears, in the backfield, and does. This time it's a quick zip out to Colbert. Colbert's got to make a man miss, and does. Gets to the 30. Now out to the 25-yard line goes Colbert. In man coverage, you got to like your odds with Trey Colbert.
This is a completely different team from what I saw at West Monroe the first time we played them. They come out ready to play. They're hitting it on all cylinders. And
no complacency or timidness. They are coming out and getting it here. Looks like we're going to see.
I got a flag.
Penalty flag, Rich. Is that what we see?
Sorry, guys. I was moving to the other end of the field here, so I did not see that.
And the Trojans don't need to go backwards. The penalty flag lays.
It's on the West Monroe sideline over there, so they're discussing it.
Looks like he's calling a face mask, but again, I got to get a new prescription. Can't see that far without the binoculars.
We're going the wrong direction, though. So
that is correct. Face mask against the Trojans. So I was right, and Rich was right. They'll back that up.
From the spot of the foul, I assume it must be on Colbert.
So it will continue to be 1st down.
5-yard variety. That's good.
But we'll take that. Give him the 1st down. The penalty backs it up, though, cost him 5 yards. So we'll take that one. If you're going to get a penalty like that, it's after the 1st down. All right, to the near side, you've got 3 receivers. You've got T.J. Johnson, who has been quiet tonight. Jalen Williams had the big return, and Graham Vaughn, who is in man coverage, no safety help there. Judd comes up to the center, makes an adjustment. Jarvis Newton in the backfield with Judd. In motion comes T.J. Back to pass is Judd, looking over things, getting pressure, going over the top. That's Jalen Williams in the end zone. And they're going to get a penalty flag in the end zone.
Like face guarding, or he stuck his hand up in his face. I think
those of you, the near 700 or 800 that are watching us on Facebook, you could see the instant replay. And wow, what a big penalty there.
Yeah, the biggest decision is which West Monroe player do you call it on?
Right, yeah, they were covered. But what a great Coach McLaughlin, give him he is the offensive coordinator, first-year offensive coordinator for ASH. Many years he's been calling plays at different levels, and that confidence that he's brought.
What?
They're calling. It looks like they're calling it against. No, they're calling it back for line of scrimmage, and they're going to give him 10-yard mark-off on there, which will be the 1st down.
That's one thing I wish they'd like to see them change in high school.
If it's in the end zone, put it on the 1 or 2 yard line.
Exactly, and you know, as a defensive back, if you're beat, commit to pass interference, because it's only going to be a 15-yard penalty instead of a touchdown.
5:52 to go until halftime. Trojans on the move, looking for their 3rd consecutive touchdown here. Judd's got the ball, hands it to Newton. Newton up the middle. Gets down to the 13. Give him the 13-yard line.
Unlike the first game, and I keep going back to this looks like a completely different Trojan team. They're moving the front up there. They're blocking the scheme. And
the last couple of years' first halves have looked that way by the Trojans, kind of a feeling out. They are on attack mode tonight. Handoff right up the middle. That is – oh, no, it's flipped back. What a play that gives. That's Judd on the keeper, and, wow, that had everybody fooled.
Yeah, I was looking for the dive back going up in the line.
Doesn't matter how many camera angles we have, we missed that one. Goodness. So don't worry about the replay on that one because the camera was off of it. Give him –
can't blame you that time.
3rd down and 2. 5.5 to go here until halftime. Trojans lead 14-10 in what is an amazing crowd in here tonight. 3rd down and 2, and handoff up is Newton up the middle. Newton's going to get the first down and more down to the 5-yard line. Going to be first down and goal for your Trojans as they look to be clicking on all cylinders.
And still NASCAR and West Monroe is shook right now.
Struggling to get there. NASCAR Offense, they haven't marked it ready for play just yet, and that's one thing that the officials or that the Trojans have to watch for. 5:17 to go until halftime. Trojans with a 14-10 lead. And looking for more.
West Monroe couldn't get their goal line defensive front out there, and that was the reason for the NASCAR. But like you say, they didn't mark the ball.
Rich, down on the field real quick.
Yeah, ball is at the 3, and they're just explaining to Coach Bachman. And Bachman's now they're talking about the substitution part of it. Coach Bachman saying we don't get that same opportunity.
Open mics probably aren't the best thing when when Coach is talking to the officials. First down and goal for the Trojans. 5:10 to go until halftime. Looking to get a 2-score lead for the first time in years.
Yeah.
Years.
That
since
really
the 70s.
does hurt your offense, though, when you're not allowed to keep that momentum going just like they had it going the last 2 plays.
He's got Newton flanked off to the right. Newton. Oh, they're going to call it, and they're going to call false start against the Trojans.
Yeah,
and
right
that
tackle jumped a little bit early that time, I believe.
Trojans continue to shoot themselves in the foot, but they've got it first and goal. It will now be from the 8-yard line and can't lose focus on this, and I don't believe they will. 5 minutes now even. 5 even will start upon the ready for play.
The only thing I can say is I'm like Coach Bachman now. That allowed them to get 6 defensive linemen in there to shore up that defensive front. And
don't forget about big number 85 who likes to sneak down the seam from right here too. That is Taylor. 4:53 and counting now. Trojans 14-10 following the penalty. It is first and goal from the 8. First and goal from the 8. Newton is the running back down to 7 and 6, and it looks like Judd's going to call for it with the clock in front of him. He's going to try to get to the near side. Cuts up to the middle, down to the give him the. Looks like he got maybe the penalty yardage back. Gave him an extra one down to the 2-yard line. Rich, is he on the 2?
No, he's on the 6 actually. So, again, I just keep going back to what this has done to stunt the offense that was just clicking until the stall tactic on the substitution, then the penalty that followed. But it's second and goal from the 6.
There you go, second and goal from the 6. The problem is the dead grass out there, which is also a great thing that we'll get to in a minute. Jarvis in the backfield with Judd. Fakes the handoff, goes over the top. That's TJ. A lot of pushing and shoving out there. And here comes the penalty flag. That's going to be a first down for the Trojans.
There wasn't no doubt about that, and I could see it up here. My eyes are not that good. He had a hold of jersey and everything.
You know, Coach, back to what we talked about a little bit earlier as they sort this thing out, is that you always want to play when the grass is dead. That means you're late into the season.
This year especially.
Pass interference. Yes, you're very late. Christmas just a week away.
Normally you would be through by this time. I can remember back in the coaching days, that was a big thing, like Coach Bachman said, you know.
Now, a reminder real quick, too, not an automatic first down on that, because in high school it's got to be a roughing penalty to get the automatic first down. That will just move them up to the 3. So half the distance to the goal line on that one. Repeat, second down. Handoff goes to Newton. Newton is hit hard right up the middle. Wow, what a big play in the backfield right away. And we'll try to get a number on that big West Monroe lineman that came in and got that. Rich, do you have, was that 72 again? Yeah, that's 72 has been in there a lot. That's Blake Loring, just a sophomore, 6 foot, 263. Yes, he is.
Just a growing baby boy.
My goodness. Third down and goal, looks like back to the 6-yard line.
Back to the 5.
bringing everybody in the house. I'd like to see the Trojans try to get outside with just a quick toss.
Just have seemed to bog down now here in the red zone. Judd looking to try to draw West
5
Monroe
seconds.
offsides. 3 and 2.
Timeout.
Fix and call a timeout.
Yep, timeout on the field. Going to keep it right here. And coming up at halftime, we are going to recap the stats. We'll have all of that. I don't know if Megan Glover has her update, but we expect to have Megan Glover in at halftime. In fact, we do. We'll give her update there. 3:12 to go in this one. West Monroe holds the Trojans on their first drive to 3 and out. They go down and answer with a touchdown, and the Trojans come right back, make it 7-7. Then they add another on the big 70-yard Judd Barton touchdown run. 1 play, 11-second drive there. West Monroe now has added a field goal to make it 14-10. And remember, West Monroe does get the football to start the second half, Coach.
Right. It would be big to come up with a score right here and get at least an 11-point lead going into the halftime.
And here we go, 3:12 to go until halftime in this one. 3rd down now and goal. And Coach, certainly in field goal range, but, man, you got to get the ball into the end zone here some way, somehow. From the 5 go the Trojans.
Look for the fade here to the wide side, I believe.
In motion comes Graham. He turns and goes the other way. Judd looking to pass. They're going to do the throwback. This one's over the middle, in and out of the hands of TJ, and Shield
was
wide open, but Judd could not see that far over, and he had intense pressure right up the middle. That is going to be 4th down. And out will trot Abel Peterman, looking to get this back to a 7-point lead before halftime.
Well, Coach will keep that in the playbook. He'll come back to that because they wasn't a soul on.
Taylor slipped out of the backfield there. Peterman out of the hole now of Judd. This will be a 22-yard attempt for Peterman, certainly well within his range. We'll keep it here following a score and sort things out. Snap is back. Peterman's got the kick up, and it bangs. No good.
And no flag. What happened to the flag?
Offside.
There was an offsides.
And
Bachman's telling him that too, but he didn't get the call.
no penalty called there. So the Rebels bow their backs there and keep the Trojans completely out of the end zone. And it just looked really unorthodox there as the Trojans got in there and some penalties, Rich.
Well, and again, just the slowing it down. Back to a point that you were making a few plays back. This team is not intimidated. That is the difference, both playing here at home and the confidence that the Ash Trojans have now versus when they played West Monroe several weeks ago.
That's correct, Rich. Thank you for that. You know, what you got to be careful of is a big momentum swing here, and West Monroe has to be kept out of the end zone. Williams gets it on the toss. He's going to be brought down there. Williams picks up maybe 1 out of that, make it 2nd down and 9, 2:53. You know, Coach, because you had an opportunity to go up by 11 and then you missed the field goal that would have put you up by 7, Rebels now have an opportunity to take a lead into the half.
Yeah, defense, you want to see them step up right here and at least use the clock up. And like I say, they're not a big play offense. Don't give them the big play. Make them earn 8, 10 yards, whatever. And hopefully the clock will run out before West Monroe can get a score.
Etheridge and McAllister to the near side. No receivers to the top for Little, who is under center. Has the fullback a yard behind him. Pulls that. The toss goes back to Williams. Williams has a chance to slip through. Williams getting the outside. CJ's got to get to him. An angle is there and going to be brought down that time. That is Kamari Voorhees. And he and CJ were back trying to make something happen. But you are in striking distance now if you're the West Monroe Rebels.
The defense had it diagnosed, but he made a nice cutback against the grain and was able to pick up big yardage there.
This is such a huge part in the ball game here. You've got to keep West Monroe out of the end zone. 14-10, Trojans with a lead, 2:08 to go. Clock will start once the chains have been moved. 1st down and 10 from the Trojan 43-yard line as 2:08.
And the clock's not running.
And that is Little, who runs right by TQ Swazer, and they called him out of bounds was what the clock stoppage was, so it didn't start from there. Appreciate the guys up here. Crew did a great job last week, too. We certainly appreciate all the work that they put in. Under 2 minutes now, 150 and counting here. Trojans on top, 14-10. Give Little 5 on the pickup, make it 2nd down and 5 from the Trojan 38-yard line. Williams back 8 yards deep where he likes to stand.
Toss
Little
sweep.
under center. Toss goes to the top of the field. That is Pearson, number 31. Pearson, 31, the running back.
When I was in college, we used to call that 21 pick. Of course, it was the tailback number was 21, and you just picked your spot to
And he
pitch
ran.
it deep, and he went whichever way he wanted to go.
3rd down and 1. Rebels certainly will go for it. Here's an opportunity for them to take a shot at it, too, and try to get downfield. As you see, Little looking to the receivers at the near side and signal something, but the toss sweep goes up to the top and going to be brought down, but a 1st down for the Rebels. That will stop the clock once again. 30-yard line is where the Rebels have it. 62 ticks of the clock remain here in a 14-10 Trojan first half lead. West Monroe does get the ball to start things off in the second half, so it is imperative to keep them out of the end zone and go in with the lead at halftime.
You know they're going to take a shot somewhere along here within the next 50-something seconds.
Clock runs here, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. And it looks like Bachman and company will get a timeout. We're going to keep it right here. And stress the importance, certainly not what we've seen out of a West Monroe ASH game. ASH has trailed at the half the last 2 years, 19-0 2 years ago, 18-0 earlier this season. And Trojans held West Monroe without a point in each of the second halves of last year's ball games. And this is anything but one of those contests.
Well, and that's what Coach Bachman alluded to. Of course, you were up in Gatlinburg or somewhere, but on the coach's show.
Pigeon Forge, I was.
Yeah. He said that the Trojans needed to come out fast and hard, and they've done that so far, and it's paid off for them.
Indeed it has. Went up there, too, and a little bit of personal privilege here we'll take. Congratulations. My son got engaged up there this weekend at the top of Laurel Falls. Went up there, and so he and his fiancee now, Katie Lynn, congratulations to them. Now back to football, that all that's out of the way. 1st down and 10.
Grandpa, I guess you were going to be.
No, I'm not. No. 1st down and 10 for the Rebels from the 30-yard line. 45 seconds to go here until halftime. 2 receivers to the near side. Once again is McAllister and Etheridge. Williams in the backfield, Little under center, crouches down low, calls for the ball, fakes the toss, and back to pass. Back to pass, this Little getting pressured up the middle. Dozot misses, throws this one away, does Little. Threw it away. TQ Schweizer was in there with that pressure. 38 seconds and just avoided a sack. Did Little.
The coaches were screaming over there, the fake, and it was a good fake. I got to admit, if you're watching it on Facebook, he did a heck of a job. I thought he had given it off.
West Monroe doesn't throw it often, but they are sneaky deceptive when they do and very efficient. Missing on that one, but that was due to the pressure. Now a 4 wide receiver set. This is something that Little likes to run out of. He's going to spread them out and run the draw. Back to pass. Nope, he's looking to throw, gets hammered up the middle. That ball's picked off. That ball's picked off by the Trojans out of the 15-yard line. Got to see who's got it. Rich, can you see down there?
21 on the INT.
C.J. Kittling. How about that? The senior making a big play. All right, Coach, 28 seconds to go.
Go into the half.
Play action and throw it deep. Let her rip. Come on and go after it here.
Well, then you got the gunslinger over there in the press box. I'm sure McLaughlin might turn it loose.
Yeah, I talked to McLaughlin. You see the pressure come up the middle, and that interception by Kittling as you're watching there. And I saw Coach McLaughlin flipping his play card, and he didn't see one that said take a knee. So we'll see what comes out of this.
I don't think that's on the playbook, is it?
1st down and 10. And I say that in jest. You know, they very well may take the lead out of here with 28 seconds to go. You got Colbert split to the top. T.J. Johnson to the near side, or to the slot, and Graham Vaughn now to the near side.
I'd like to see him.
Handoff goes up the middle. It's going to be hit right there, and that's where they'll probably wind this thing down if West Monroe does not take a timeout, and they don't. 21 and counting, and the Trojans look like they are going to take a lead into the half against this West Monroe team, falling down 7-0, but it's been the Trojans outscoring them 14-3 as we went towards the half. On your feet, Trojan fans, that was an impressive first half by your Trojans. It's halftime here. ASH on top 14-10 over the visiting Rebels of West Monroe. Congratulations on a fantastic half But guess what? We've got another one to go. We're going to throw it back to halftime. When we come back, we'll have Megan Glover. We'll have some stats. And, Rich, I think you're going to find Coach out of the break. Is that right? After the halftime. There you go, Rich. We lost him. But anyway, we're going to throw it back to halftime right now. We're going to throw it back to the studios, guys. We've got a big second half coming up right after this. I'm Doug Gann. That's Ernie Lott. This is LA 103.5.
Need a quick tow?
Sadler's Towing needs many of its clients by accident. The first time. The second time, their clients call because of the fair price and great service that they previously received. If you need a tow, light-duty winching, you're locked out of your vehicle, or just need a jump start, Sadler's Towing is ready to handle your situation. Sadler's Towing is available 24/7, including Christmas and New Year's Eve. Put their number in your cell phone today, 447-7235. Again, that's 447-7235. Sadler's Towing, Alexandria, Louisiana.
Unfortunately, injuries happen in sports, as they do in life. From tweaks and sprains to serious rehab, the experienced team at Rapides Physical Therapy can expertly evaluate your condition, then craft and implement a treatment plan based on your specific needs. From back and neck pain to orthopedic problems and post-surgical rehab, Sam and the team at Rapides PT can get you back in the game. Walk-ins are welcome and you don't need a referral. Rapides Physical Therapy, 3016 Jackson Street in Alexandria. Online at rapidespt.com. Proud supporters of high school athletics. Unfortunately, injuries happen in sports, as they do in life. From tweaks and sprains to serious rehab, the experienced team at Rapides Physical Therapy can expertly evaluate your condition, then craft and implement a treatment plan based on your specific needs. From back and neck pain to orthopedic problems and post-surgical rehab, Sam and the team at Rapides PT can get you back in the game. Walk-ins are welcome and you don't need a referral. Rapides Physical Therapy, 3016 Jackson Street in Alexandria. Online at rapidespt.com. Proud supporters of high school athletics.
Southern Air is a proud supporter of high school football and wishes the best of luck to the Ash Trojans. Southern Air is proud to be your trusted source for cooling, heating, plumbing services installed for over 25 years. From their 24/7 emergency repair service to their experienced technicians and plumbers, join their Shield of Protection membership and never pay a diagnostic fee again. Make sure your unit is tuned up and ready for winter with special financing available. Call Southern Air today at 318-528-1555. Go Trojans from Southern Air.
Welcome to the Trojans Halftime Show. Coming up, we'll break down what happened in the first half and get you ready for second half action. Plus scores from other games around the district and Central Louisiana. First, it's time for the KLAX ABC 31 Halftime Report with Megan Glover on LA 103.5.
Countdown. I gave y'all a couple of times to not sing. Welcome into the high school halftime report. I'm sports anchor reporter Megan Glover with KLAX APC 31. Guys, we have officially made it this far in the postseason. Who knew we would get here months ago? But we're finally here at the final before the final of high school football. We still got two area teams standing tall for the area. We got the Ash Trojans, who are hosting a very familiar team in the West Monroe Rebels, and then we got the Manny Tigers up 49 back at home hosting General Trash. So speaking about the Ash Trojans, those guys, they have to be on their absolute A+++ game tonight. This is probably their toughest battle on their schedule. They've already played West Monroe earlier this week, where they took their only loss to these guys. It was 18-10, but fortunately for them, they shut them off in the second half of that game, so they know what's going to work for them best coming into tonight. They know what to expect, but also they have to make adjustments for what not to expect. I mean, West Monroe is going to come in. They're probably going to they're coming in and they're giving them some different looks on tonight's game. And Ash Trojans, they just have to make sure that they can adjust to those different looks. They keep playing fast. They keep doing what works out best for them. And hey, they have history on the line. This would be their first time in a championship appearance. And I know that's something super major, not only for the program, but just major for Alexandria, Rapides Parish, and just the Sinlaw community. So speaking with head coach Thomas Bachman earlier on the week, he said that he knows he's expecting some different looks this week, and they just have to come out simply prepared.
I think they do a great job of coaching. They're going to look at, our run fits, and they're going to look at, the kids that we have in conflict, as far as run-pass conflict, and they do a great job of designing, plays that put pressure on those kids, and, just poking and prodding and trying to figure out how you're doing things, and then how they can, within the structure of what they do, they're gonna be coaching their tail off. We're gonna be coaching our tail off, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
So y'all heard Coach Bachman. It's going to be a lot of coaching tails off. It's going to be a lot of playing tails off. And it's going to be a lot of nervousness off. A lot of the nervousness coming off of me. So we're going to move up 49 up to where the Manny Tigers are hosting General Trask, a team that got hot on the latter half of their season, finishing off the season 8-2. It's kind of ironic because Manny, of course, we all know they missed their first 2 playoff games. Then they go on the road due to an upset. And then they win against General Trask and then play their first post game at home tonight. And that atmosphere, unfortunately due to COVID, but that atmosphere in Manny, I just know is insane. Those guys, they get down in Manny. I'm not gonna lie to you. So that is what they have going on up there. Super excited and kind of excited to see how they finish off. I got a lot of confidence in them. I believe that they'll make this is their 5th consecutive semifinal game, and I believe they'll make it to state championship. So guys, if y'all listening to me, just make sure I am not eating my words. They'll actually go on to wind up. I mean, if they win tonight, they'll be playing in their backyard again. That game, the state semi-championship games. Excuse me, y'all. The championship games are at Turpin Stadium in Northwestern, which you all know it's probably about 20, maybe 25 minutes away from Manny Stadium. So again, that'll be them playing in their backyard. But Coach Curtis said we will play in a Walmart parking lot. We'll play in a cow pasture. We'll play wherever, whatever time you need us to. So hey, that's how those guys got going. But I know they're super excited again to be back in their home stadium. So let's hear what Coach Curtis had to say about them being back at home.
We knew you always have to win one tough game when you're high seed on the road. Now, it was our tough game. We had to go into the meet, get it done, and find a way. We did. We're just glad to get back home. Playing in our place, it's special. We don't lose here a lot. It's a great environment. We feed off our fans. We feed off our environment. We love our turf. We practice on it every day. Just, things are better at home.
Have that running a little bit. Yeah, they definitely took a very close game over a meet last week. I believe that score was 34-30. And he said that was the toughest game they've had all season. So shout out to those guys. And of course, shout out to both of our teams still standing tall right now. We're hoping to go 2-0 in the Sinlock community. So I will have all of those reactions, those scores, and those updates onto my social media, where you can connect with me on Facebook at Megan Glover, KLAXABC31, and on my Twitter page, pretty heavy there, on Megan G TV. We are rooting for you guys. Good luck in finishing off your games tonight. That will wrap it up for the high school halftime report. Again, I'm sports anchor reporter Megan Glover with KLAXABC31. Y'all have a good weekend.
Finally, high school football is here, and it's time to recognize our local athletes. I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're excited to bring you the Talk to Hawk Player of the Week. Each week, coaches select an outstanding athlete, and we're putting them in lights. Find your Talk to Hawk players on billboards on Jackson Street Extension and MacArthur Drive. Take a picture of your favorite player on the big screen, tag Jason Hawk Farm Bureau and your school, and show some love to your Talk to Hawk Player of the Week.
Security Sporting Goods, proud supporter of all area high school football teams. If you looking for hunting stuff from ammo to camo, they got it all at Security Sporting Goods. They talking about camo brands like Drake, Bandit, and Nomad. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives. Security Sporting Goods, Memorial Drive, Alexandria. Proud supporter of area high school football.
Southern Air is a proud supporter of high school football and wishes the best of luck to the ASH Trojans. Southern Air is proud to be your trusted source for cooling, heating, and plumbing services in Sinlaw for over 25 years. From their 24/7 emergency repair service to their experienced technicians and plumbers, join their Shield of Protection membership and never pay a diagnostic fee again. Make sure your unit is tuned up and ready for winter with special financing available. Call Southern Air today at 318-528-1555. Go Trojans from Southern Air.
You're hungry. Your team needs you. You're a fan. You want to be at the top of your fan game, but you need something different. You need fan fuel. At Walk-Ons, we treat every day like game day. We're here all week long feeding fans with delicious, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, made fresh in our from-scratch kitchen. We've got what it takes to fuel fans and the team to victory. Walk-ons, it's game day with a taste of Louisiana.
South MacArthur Service Road in Alexandria.
This is Ash Trojan Football, presented by Hickson Autoplex on LA 103.5.
And we are back to J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium on a historic night here. First time the Trojans have been in the semifinals, and just another day at the office for West Monroe as they seem to be perennial semifinalists in Class 5A. Rich Dupree down on the sideline getting ready to talk with Coach Bachman. We're awaiting the entrance of Lamar Gafford as well. Gaff's going to come up and give us a little bit of insight on what he's seen and some of the statistics and what's going on. Rich, spirited bunch of Trojans that went off there at halftime.
Yeah, interestingly enough, too, Coach Bachman went to the white hat. He stood over and waited and went to the white hat, and I couldn't hear all that they were discussing, but he was calling him by his last name, Mr. LaRussa, and then, of course, proceeded to ask about why you gave him an extra timeout, basically, when we had it on the 3-yard line. And, of course, he didn't I don't know they got the explanation that he wanted, but at least he planted a seed with the white hat. And, of course, we look forward to talking to Coach Bachman when he comes out in just a few moments. But, yeah, some missed opportunities, some points left on the field that the Trojans could have more of here, even though they have this 14-10 halftime lead.
You know, we joked about it earlier, looking back at the last time the Trojans took a lead into the half against West Monroe and couldn't think back that far. But nevertheless, they've got it tonight, and the only game that matters is what's going on. There's one half of football, and Coach Bachman said it a couple of games ago, said, we're going to get their best half coming up, but they're going to get our best half too.
And no doubt about that. And I think you also heard Coach refer to the fact that that this team, again, is not intimidated. I keep going back to that. The confidence that we saw, even though there was a little bit of extracurricular, if you will, in the celebration of the 2 touchdowns. At the same time, you got to love the spirit that you see in these Ash Trojans tonight in front of a great crowd on both sides of the field tonight.
Well, we appreciate that, Rich. And an opportunity now to talk to Lamar Gafford from the Town Talk. And, Lamar, your thoughts on this first half here?
We didn't think this was going to be as high scoring as we just saw, but definitely has been so far. Ash coming here. Hold on 1 second.
There you go. Now it's better. Yeah, stay where you're at, Lamar. We'll adjust to you.
Cool. Yes, Ash taking out that big lead. And one of the things that Coach Bachman had said was trying to start fast, and they definitely have done that so far.
You talk about, and you heard Rich talk about, too, the celebration penalty that happened on Judd. That was a big game changer because it has you kicking off from the 20-yard line. It's tough to contain the passion and the drive that these guys play with because Coach Bachman has said often, we've got to get right to that line, but not cross it. And, he busts his second big run of the season against West Monroe. Remember, he goes for 67 in the game up there in West Monroe and takes it 70 to the house here.
Yeah, and definitely. He's having a pretty big night so far, 129 total yards, that rush touchdown that we just said here. And, like I said, the emotionals of the game. These are young kids, of course, but, got to try to rein them back. And I know that was one of those things that he wishes he wouldn't have done, but I can understand the passion of the game.
What say you to all of the people around the state saying that Ash can't come out of Central Louisiana and compete?
Watch us now.
Yeah, the Trojans are looking good. And we're going to let Coach Bachman when he comes out say it, but I can just about tell you verbatim what he's going to tell you when they come out of there is that we've got to clean up some things. And he'll find some way to put the lack of that last touchdown on himself. You can believe that. So we're excited to hear what he's got going on there. Other things that have stood out to you, and it's the defense.
Yes.
Solid as a rock.
Definitely has. Jermaine McNeil with a big sack there. C.J. Kittning with the interception. I see why Bud gave him number 21. So, he definitely did. I had to give him a shout-out as well. So.
There are a number of candidates that are vying for that number 21 as it passes. C.J. is the senior this year, and they're passing that 21 jersey around. And you got Chris Clark out there. You've got John Parrish out there. You've got a number of these younger players that are willing to say, hey, you know what? I want to keep that legacy going, that Bud Clark. And we know Bud tunes in and watches. We've seen him comment on some of the games. So a big shout-out to Bud Clark and what all of that history of the 21. We know Jacobin is watching. A lot of the others, Matt Beck. A lot of the people that have been through here in the beginning that started are all a part of this.
And it's been very impressive to see what Bachman has done over here. I mean, just building up this program, building it up to where it needs to, where it is right now. One to where people look at and then I'll say, okay, look, we can't take plays off against the Ash Trojans.
You know, you watch the common board that's out there that everybody talks, and they have the pick 'em, and of course they picked Slidell to beat Ash in the first round. Well, that was 35-0. There goes Bachman. He's gonna come back. He's got to go get a little more of the white hat before he's finished up there. Just conversating. No, he went to some of his guys on the sideline, reminding them to stay inside the blocks. They picked Houghton, and that was 38-6. Everybody in the world picked Zachary to beat Ash.
Right.
Nobody picked Ash to come out of there on those boards. Well, that was 31-28, and of course everybody said, well, West Monroe was going to come back and do this. Down on the field now, Rich Dupree, and he's not going to turn loose of his guys, Rich. That's this is just an amazing
And
time.
what he's telling them, Doug, is let's finish it. Let's go, boys. Let's finish it. Let's go. Let's finish it. That's what he's telling them.
Well, we're gonna let him go through, and then we'll get back to him now. He's gonna make his way over. So
Yes,
down on the
he
field is Rich Dupree and Coach Thomas Bachman.
With the coach. Coach, halftime, what did you tell your young men?
From doing what we set out to do tonight. Let's go finish this thing. These first 5 minutes, this first half of the third quarter is huge. A stop and a score can put this thing and put them in a bind these first 5 minutes, but no matter what happens, we're 2 quarters away from doing what we set out to do tonight.
Coach, I know we felt like we should have had some more points in that first half. I saw you talking to the white hat. Any explanation about why he gave them that extra timeout?
Well, it wasn't that he was backing some guys up on their sideline, but whenever we had a stoppage in play, it allowed them to substitute personnel. We had them pinned in a personnel that they didn't want to be in and we wanted to be in, and we were going to continue to tempo, keep that personnel on the front. We were going to punch that ball in when he had to stop it because of whatever he was doing, getting people off. It gave a break in play. They were allowed to match personnel. That was the big thing, not that he gave them an extra timeout. It's just one of those unfortunate things. We're going to have to overcome it.
Good first half. Let's make it a great second half.
Yep, let's go finish.
Coach Thomas Bachman, again, I feel the energy flowing through him, and you can hear the passion in his voice. That's what we love about Thomas Bachman. That's what his players love about him, and that's why we're in this semifinal here tonight, guys.
There you go, Rich. Thank you very much for that update on the sideline. So, Lamar, back to what we had talked about a little bit earlier. Nobody gives Ash a chance, and Ash is the easy pick to lose. Ash is the easy pick to say, you know what, they're going to lose, they're going to lose, they're going to lose. And for season after season, they've been right that Ash hasn't come out of it. Not this year. They're battling.
Yeah, they're battling right now, and then definitely they're doing a good job right now. 14-10 over here. I mean, you got to tip your hat off to the Trojans, by the way. Not surprised that Coach Bachman doesn't have a voice right. Well, I guess I would have thought that he would not have a voice right now.
In a game that we're keeping eyes on as well. That's the other half of the bracket. Acadiana and Destrehan is locked in a low-scoring battle, Lamar.
So far at halftime, Acadiana leads Destrehan 3-0.
3-0 in the contest. And look, it's just an all-out war. And regardless of how this comes out, and Bachman will tell you, there's never any more victories. So no matter how great Ash has played in this first half, the final score is all that matters in this.
Right.
There's no moral victories, so you're about to see the best half of football that you've seen from the Ash Trojans. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to see that same brand of football from the Rebels of West Monroe, perennial champions.
Let's get it.
There you go. Lamar Gafford from the Town Talk. Look forward to seeing your write-up about this one afterwards. Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Guys, we are just about 20 seconds away from getting this thing kicked back off. They're in their 3-minute warm-up period. I am Doug Gann, Ernie Lott by my side, Rich Dupree making things happen. Want to talk about all the great people that make this happen for you. Roger Walker on the main camera. Chief over there, Jared over there running the overcam. I'm going to call him Chief forever, too. We appreciate that. And my man Nathan Martin doing the producing. It's just an electric night. Billy down there has the Ninja Cam. And look, we're just glad, proud, humbled that you're along watching it. We're up to about 800 views there in the first half alone. And if it stays like this, we expect to go over 1,000. Share this with somebody. Let them know this is indeed a battle. We are just moments away from kicking this thing off. And, Coach, as you were down there, you were in the fans. I saw you go down through the crowd, man, it's just a buzz down there. It's not. They'll get back and get excited into it, but man, they've got something to cheer for in the second half.
Right, it's an electric atmosphere, especially as something that hadn't been around Central Louisiana in quite some time to get a team to get this far. Of course, with the exception of Manny, but for the Trojans, this is new ground, and you'd like to see the turnout, and the fans are all excited.
And here comes that crowd getting back into it as well that we talked about. And Coach, it's just Bachman, and we talked to him over and over and over. He doesn't want this to be a special night. He wants this to be
stepping stone.
He wants this needs to be tradition and norm here. Yes, anytime the Trojans advance on from this particular spot, it's a record-breaking night. But they want to get. He comes from storied programs.
Right.
He comes from those Evangel days that won there. He's been in battles. We talked to Coach Dunn earlier. He's been in battles with West Monroe as a player, as a coach with his dad, as coach. I mean, he's been there, and he knows what it takes. He told me, he said, Doug, he said, the one thing that we want to do, he said, it's such a feeling when they raise that door up at the Superdome and the kids walk out. And he said he wants his guys to experience that. State championship this year is in Natchitoches, but I think he would deal with experiencing that. But a lot of football to go in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the fans, the turnout is evident that they want to see championship football. My only thing would be that as a community and as a city, we need to get more fan support for the overall programs in the area, upgrade the facilities. I mean, you know, you look at some of these other schools that
you saw what Zachary did with their
Zachary, West Monroe. They have tremendous facilities. Tioga's probably got the best facility in our area, and of course, they passed the bond issue. I'd like to see that happen here as well.
Here we go. It is the start of the third quarter. Trojans on top 14-10. That's Ernie Lott. I am Doug Gann, and we are ready to bring you the second half. The winner of this goes to play for the state championship in 5A 10 days from now. Here comes Abelman looking to put a foot into it. Abel Peterman drives this one back, and it jumps up and catches it, but goes back into the end zone. And look, I'm telling you, I am more than impressed by the football IQ of Matt McAllister. And again, Coach, that's another one. He jumped up and tried to keep in bounds, and that's just a tremendous athletic play.
It looked like a jump, trying to get a rebound off the backboard there and trying to keep it in bounds so he could run it back. I just looked at the stats. I don't know if y'all discussed it earlier, but as far as yardage, it's about equal. The only difference being is West Monroe had a 2-to-1 advantage in time of possession, but that don't matter when you score 70 yards.
When Judd went from 70 yards, that's right. So Little's under center now. And they're going to bring a man in motion, flip sides, and toss it out to the far side, and they've got to get Williams. That's Jerome Williams, the main running back, and he picks up another 11, and a lot of blocking downfield by number 76. That is Hunter Whitlock, the Hunter Whitlock, number 76. We said he 5'8", 275, and I agree with that.
When we come up and give a kind of a hello to C.J. Kittling on that one.
1st and 10, go the Rebels from their 31-yard line. First possession of the third quarter. Second half underway now. 14-10, Trojans on top. Handoff goes to the fullback up the middle, and that should be A.J. Howard. We'll see if he's still in there at fullback, because I know they had switched towards the end of it. And again, that is, we'll see who that is. That is Howard. In fact, A.J. Howard, the junior fullback. He goes 6'2", 205.
I noticed that time the lineman for West Monroe fired out and was cut blocking on our defensive lineman, and the linebackers had to come up and make the play. So that's an adjustment that West Monroe's made.
Give him 5 on that play, 4.5 maybe. They'll call it second down and 5, 11-10. Just underway here, third quarter play. Trojans on top, 14-10. West Monroe with their first possession of the second half. Handoff goes up the middle, and he's going to be hit right there at the line of scrimmage on a second down carry by Howard of 1 yard, and that's big Jamari Monette firing through the hole and making things happen. And, Coach, that interior defensive line and those linebackers are just as good as they come.
Absolutely, and I said this for the last 3 weeks. They have stepped up their game tremendously from what it was in the first of the season, and that's been the difference in the Trojans on defense.
Etheridge and McAllister split to the near side. Williams 8 yards deep, little under center in the crouch. Steps back now, switches, and they'll look to go shotgun. No, he drops back in after getting the play. Play clock down to 8 and 7. Still changing plays around. Little down under center now. Hands the ball off once again. No, Little's going to keep it, and that's going to be a big third down stop for the Trojans.
That was a bad read there. He should have gave it to the fullback, and instead he tried to keep it, and
You'll
nice
see
play by the Trojans.
Those that are watching along, you can see the instant replay on your screen right now. Made some adjustments, and don't hear the double talk on that this week. We appreciate getting things fixed as we go, and you're going to see Big Peyton Todd come back out there once again. Jalen Williams will head out to the 20-yard line. Peyton Todd, we've talked about, of course, the LSU signee, #1 punter in the nation for a reason. Hits a big spiraling bomb here. This one just holds up, kind of a wobbly one. Jalen's got to get out of the way. Got to come up and pick it up at the 30, 35-yard line goes Jalen. And oh, my goodness.
Dangerous play right there, but he
But the Trojans hold 3 and out to start the second half, and that is just monstrous.
I thought myself after the halftime West Monroe would make some adjustments. The only thing I saw different is, like I say, the cutting by the lineman, and they did a little motion and ran away from it. But
best success, though, that they had was that toss sweep when they would get Williams out in space. Judd and that offense has 3 to the top. That is Colbert, TJ, and Vaughn. Tight end to the near side is Taylor. Officials are going to call a timeout. West Monroe calls a timeout right here. And Coach is going to count it up and see
I think they were one man short there.
You know, that's the adjustments coming out. The Trojans came out of the half solid. And now an early unforced error by the Rebels.
And that's unusual for a West Monroe coach team because they're usually very solid, very few mental mistakes. And that was a mental mistake. Somebody forgot to get on the field that time.
Only blemish on the season for West Monroe was that 16-0 season opening loss to Karen Crow, who's, oh, by the way, the #1 ranked team in 4A and will probably be playing for a state title themselves. And so battle-tested are these Rebels. Coach, they've been there, done that. They're going to continue to fight this entire way. Untested ground for the Trojans, but the Trojans are young and hungry and ready to go.
And I won't mind having to go to Natchitoches for the finals if it's right after Christmas.
There you go. First down and 10. Long way to go. Handoff goes up the middle. Now cutting to the outside is Jarvis. Jarvis to the 40, 45 before he's driven out of bounds. That is number 6. Well, there's 2 number 6s. So we're going to take the DB, Paul Manning. The other one's a wide receiver, so we'll say that's Manning. If that's not, if you folks at home are watching and know differently, it's the roster. There's 2 of them there. 9-yard pickup for Jarvis. Make it 2nd down and 1 from the 45-yard line. 9.5 to go here, third quarter. Play Trojans on top, 14-0. Newton goes out in motion. Judd with the keeper. He scored early on this one. Now Judd's to the 50 and a big first down, and he knows he's just a minute or 2 away. And Manning dangerously close to getting himself a penalty as he was battling after the whistle with Colbert. And Judd knew he had another one in his sights, Coach.
Yeah, number 32, Peyton Todd, just made probably a score-saving tackle right there.
9:13 to go here, third quarter. Play Trojans on top, looking to pass. Now this one zips out to Colbert to the near side. He's got it to the Rebel 38-yard line. Give him 8 yards on that one. 2nd down and 2 now, and you'll see what the Trojans like to refer to as that NASCAR offense. And, Coach, what a difference offensive coordinator Ben McLaughlin has made on this offense in their confidence, their play calling, and their abilities.
And the Trojans are executing it very well right now.
2nd down and 2 from the 38-yard line of the Rebels. Trojans with a 14-10 lead. They were down here towards the end of the second quarter with an opportunity to make it a 2-score game. Here again goes Newton in motion. Back to pass is Judd. Judd going over the top. Colbert with a comeback. He's going to catch that one down at the 15-yard line, and that is another first down deep into the red zone for the Trojans.
And the guy was hanging all over his left arm, and the official didn't make an interference call, but it should have been because he made a heck of a one-handed catch right there.
Rich, what do you have?
Yeah, that was Paul Manning again that was for the football, and they both actually had the football, but the possession obviously went to the Trojans.
Trojans go here. Judd with another quick pass out. This one he throws. Finish your thought there, Rich, for me.
I was just going to say they both were fighting for the football, and the official, though, of course, obviously recognized the catch. But number 6, Manning, is hanging on him like a glove, just like Coach said.
And they just took Manning out.
Jarvis Newton, yep, Manning goes to the sideline. Jarvis Newton in there, a stacked 2 receivers to the top. Handoff goes to Newton. Newton cuts to the near side, trying to bang forward, but he's met there with number 50. Let's see who that is. Number 50. And
58 or 50.
Ethan Mitchell, it looks like, in there. Rich, is that 50 that had him there?
It is 50.
All right, 50 is Ethan.
But hard to believe that's an offensive lineman.
Right. But, you saw him pick up Newton after that play, too. So good sportsmanship and gamesmanship, realizing this is a battle here. 3rd down and 8 for the Trojans from the 14-yard line of the Rebels. Back to pass is Judd. He's getting pressure. Throws a little dump screen out, but we're just trying to get that ball out of his hands. And that's going to bring Peterman in now for an attempt, we believe, of a 30-yard from down the middle.
That's the difference in last week's game where Judd tended to hold on to the ball a little bit too long, and he saw the rush coming and just dumped it off.
Judd's going to get one more note. Now they trot out Peterman here. Peterman at one off of the upright in the second quarter that would have made it a 7-point lead. Here's an opportunity to do that from the near hash. This will be from 31.
I thought West Monroe was off sides on that last one, so I would like to see the officials watch closely here.
Johnson the snapper, Judd the holder, Peterman lining up to try to make it a 7-point lead. Judd looks at him, looks back at Johnson, gets a snap, kick is up. This one again goes left, but he nails this one 17-10 following that 31-yard field goal by Peterman. Back in 30 seconds on LA 103.5.
So, your transmission is kaput. Time to get a new or new-to-you vehicle? Wrong. Certified Transmission can fix your transmission problems and preserve your investment in your vehicle. Certified Transmission will also save you the hassle of trying to find a good vehicle that you can afford without a good trade-in, because most car dealers are not going to want to accept your vehicle in trade. So, having Certified Transmission fix your vehicle is the best option of getting back on the road in a vehicle you can trust. Go where you know. Certified Transmission on the Monroe Highway in Ball. Catch all the scores, coaches' interviews, and more every Friday night at 10 on LA Friday Night Lights.
It was a West Monroe
Back to Butch.
LA 103.5.
Back to Butch Stoker Stadium here, and the crowd is getting hyped up and a lot of jumping around, and we'll see if Peterman puts this back into the end zone. You've got McAllister to the far side again, who has been quite a treat to watch tonight.
Trying to keep it from going in the end zone. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that to try to run it back.
Peterman holds up on this one as the ball falls off of the tee. They'll give him one more shot at it before they have to get a holder up there. I don't think it's the wind that's causing that. It's just a slight breeze from our left to right here, blowing from Jackson Street to the baseball field.
There was a nice wind tunnel underneath the stadium down there earlier. But,
8:07 to go, third quarter of play. I'm Doug Gann. That's Ernie Lott, Rich Dupree on the sideline. Trojans 17, Rebels 10. Peterman puts a foot into this one and just skies this one to the back of the end zone. Abel Peterman doing everything he needs to do.
There's no doubt that's a weapon. Anytime the team has to start on their own 20, that makes them have to go 80 yards, where most high school teams going to get to 35 most of the time, or 40.
And that just exemplifies the penalty that Judd had on him for the unsportsmanlike conduct. They started at the 50 from there. Trojans unable to get more than a one-score lead. Would like to get a stop and something to happen here. On the last two possessions, have had an interception and a 3-and-out. We'll see if Little and that Rebel offense can get things going here. Handoff is a toss back to Williams. Williams cuts back to the inside. He's crafty. CJ's got to get an angle on him, and CJ does, brings him down at the 40-yard line. But that's a 40-yard run, and Williams, coach, you cannot give him a big space.
Well, I hate to say it, but we had a Trojan right there, and he kind of ducked his head, and he ran right by him. Otherwise, he would have been tackled for a short gain, but that's part of the game.
First down and 10. First down and 10 for the Rebels from the 40. 7:46 to go. Third quarter of play, 17-10. Trojans on top. Little under center. He's got Williams, who, again, is 9 yards off. Stands with his heels at the 50. Handoff goes to the first man through. In the interior line of the Trojans, Wyatt Dozard is there. John Parrish is there. TQ Schwazer is in on that play. And no gain on that one. That's what they needed, but have got to do everything to keep West Monroe off of the scoreboard right here. And, anytime they get onto the Trojan side of the field, they're not thinking punt or anything.
Yeah, it looked like when they run in the sweep, they're trying to attack number 4, Voorhees, out here on the corner.
Little's under center, got a fullback a yard behind him. He's going to run the option once again. Got to come up. That's Pearson now in the backfield. Pearson has it, but the Trojans come up and make a stop. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 at the Trojan 32-yard line. That was Pearson. Pearson stays in and will be the running back. So Williams, following that 40-yard run, stays on the sideline there unless they go to that two-back set. Looks like they're bringing Etheridge. That's either Etheridge or Norris. That may be Norris. We'll have to get, there's 2 17s on there as well. So we may have been calling him the wrong name throughout the evening. Nevertheless, one receiver to the near side, one at the top. 3rd down and 3. Go the Rebels. Toss is back to Pearson. Pressure by the Trojans, and they've got him in the backfield for a 1-yard loss.
They saw that one coming, and we were all over that one.
This is what we talked about, Coach, a couple of minutes ago. 6:06 to go. Will they attempt to go for it on 4th down?
I would say so.
Ronnie Schwartz, the PA announcer, imploring this Trojan fan base to get up and make some noise. They are 4th down and 4 for the Rebels from the 34-yard line. They've got to get to the 30.
Watch the big fool back here.
Little going to run the option once again. Williams trying to get to the near side. No, that's Pearson, and that's a big-time play. C.J. Kittling, how about that one?
Ooh. Nice recovery by the secondary to come up.
Wow,
and
the
stop
big
it.
senior C.J. Kittling. And if you're watching on Facebook, pick up the instant replay, and here you'll see C.J. fly to the football. Comes up and just makes that open field tackle, and that is the momentum switch that you needed. The Trojans did not want to give West Monroe an opportunity, but West Monroe, on the heels of that big 40-yard run from Williams, were down inside Trojan territory. But that Trojan defense, who has been amazing in the second halves against West Monroe over the last couple of years, here we go again with another opportunity. 17-10, Trojans with the lead, 5:36 to go. 3rd quarter of play. They'll have it 1st down and 10 from their 33-yard line. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Fakes the handoff, does Judd to Chris Gray. Spinning out of that, but they are all over Judd that time, and they're going to bring Judd down for a 1-yard loss. Couldn't spin out of that one. And it looks like, Coach, that they've keyed on Judd now.
Yeah, they've made the adjustment at halftime. Judd has not run the ball a whole lot this year, so that was a new wrinkle that the Trojans put in. So West Monroe now is up to the task on that one.
2nd and 11. Back to pass is Judd. They're setting up the bubble screen, and Judd just misfires on that one. Had it set up, and Trey would have ran for a long way, but did not connect. Just that interior line of West Monroe. The good thing is you're running the screen, you let them go. The bad thing is you're running the screen and you let them go.
Yeah.
And they
got there a little too quickly. They needed to hold them just a tad longer, but that also put it in the mind of those guys that, hey, they can run the screen. We better not go too fast, especially linebacker.
3 to the near side here. We've seen the Trojans run that little throwback play out of here where they sprint Judd to the near side and throw it back the other way. And remember, they had Shield, not Swade. Swade hadn't played in a couple of years, but anyway, they've had Shield out there. I think that's 2 or 3 weeks in a row I've done that.
Yeah, we know. Our folks know.
We're gonna get a timeout. I just like giving the plug out to Swade. He's a good kid.
Yeah, I think, I tried to emphasize that last week that I thought Shield was coming across a grain that he would be open because everybody's flying to the ball, and when he goes in the opposite direction, there's hardly anybody on the backside. So
can go for a big play if they set that up here. 5:08 to go, 3rd quarter of play. Rich, what's it going on down there on the sideline, buddy?
It's a heavyweight fight, and you took their punch coming out of the time, coming out of halftime. You stood toe, you made the big plays, and now you got the ball back on offense here, and you're trying to do something with it after you made the big stop on defense. You need to pick up this 1st down and give your defense a little time to catch their breath over here.
Indeed they do, and the defense, they look like they're ready to get back out there, but want to give them just an opportunity to do it. 3rd down and 11, would sure like to extend this drive just a little bit. Peyton Todd is back in playing kind of center field rover for the Rebels and trying to get the West Monroe crowd into this. 3rd down and 11, 5:08 to go, 3rd quarter play. Judd back to pass, surveying things. Steps up, going to spin out of a block, and is going to go down. That's a big sack, and the Rebels brought all kinds of pressure and got to Judd, and that's going to force a punt now out of the Trojans.
Yeah, Judd would have been better off to held it just a little bit too long. He's waiting for his wide receiver to clear and give West Monroe credit. They put a nice rush on that time.
First time, really, maybe the second, that we've seen that type of a bull rush out of West Monroe. They really brought it. Now Judd stands at his 12-yard line. Needs to get a great punt here to flip this one around. Flipping the field is what we need to do. Judd puts a foot into this one, and it is a high kick, hoping fair catch is called for and made at the 32-yard line. And this is where the Rebels will take over. First down at 10. 4:22 to go here. Third quarter of play. Ash on top 17-10. Only points in this third quarter of play have been a 31-yard field goal by Abel Peterman.
Like to see a turnover right here. The Trojans can come up with the ball on this end of the field and keep West Monroe from grinding it out, because it's going to come down, I think, the last minute one way or the other.
Going to try to get a score from that Acadiana-Destrehan game, too. See what's going on there, third quarter play. Little has 3 wide outs here. Looks like they're turning around. He's got Williams just to his side. I believe that's Williams. And they're going to run, and this time Little is going to keep it himself. Looks like he's trying to take this West Monroe offense and put him on his back. And he got hit pretty good in the hip right there.
Surprisingly, you know, he ran a couple of times in the first game and picked up some good yardage, but the tailback was the one that really hurt us in the first game, and he's picked up some good yardage, but he hadn't broken one except for one.
10-0 Acadiana now, third quarter of play. They led 3-0 there. They're in the third quarter over Destrehan. Second down and 8 for the Rebels. Little misdirection, and that goes to 17 to the far side. In pursuit. No, he's got a first down, cutting back to the middle. He's got a lot of open field, but the Trojans close down, but not after a big gain. And the Rebels are back in Ash territory they'll give him the 40-yard line. First and 10 for the Rebels. And Coach, straightforward running's not doing it. It's that misdirection that West Monroe brought in the first half that they're doing a little bit here on that play.
Yeah, that's something that they probably put in. Haven't seen a whole lot of it out of them. When you stop the big fullback and the tailback, then they come back with a misdirection in the opposite direction. Trojans need to get a stop here.
3:16 to go here. Third quarter play, on top 17-0 on the Trojans, but West Monroe once again marching. Handoff goes up the middle, but that's not going to get anywhere. Loss of a yard, and that is big Jermaine McNeil firing through there, making that tackle. My goodness, 2-yard loss, and Jermaine saying, look, I'm a senior, let's go get it.
That's the difference in the first game. He was running for big yardage, and defense is keying on him and stopping him in the backfield.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the physicality of this Trojan team is one that West Monroe hasn't seen from the Trojans in a long time, and they're in there banging away with them the entire time. 17-10, 2.5 to go in a rapidly moving third quarter of play. Over the middle, that pass is complete, and that's that same pass bouncing around is the fullback, A.J. Howard, out of the backfield, and that's what we told you. Look, when they do throw it, usually it's a wide open guy down the seam, and they will hurry and go first down and 10 from the 14-yard line of the Trojans.
That's like the Trojans' H-back. He sneaks through the line of scrimmage there, and basically it's a linebacker's man to pick up or the free safety, and neither one of them got him that time.
2:16 and counting here, now 2:10, third quarter of play. Trojans on top 17-10, but once again, West Monroe is marching here. They've got it first and 10 from the 13. Little under center has Williams deep in the backfield. Calls for the ball, fakes the handoff, and he's going to be hit right there in the middle again.
Nice job by the defense. I noticed that time that defensive front was doing a little stemming, is what it's called, where they slide up and down on the line of scrimmage, either off the guard or over the center or back in the gaps, and kind of confused West Monroe.
John Parrish coming up and making that play just a yard. So seems like Coach Severio's stunting a little bit, Coach, you were talking about, coming after him. Second down and 9, a minute and a half to go here, third quarter play, 17-10, Trojans lead. Fakes the handoff and run a backwards option,
counter.
And that's going to get into the, he runs the counter option, and that was something we haven't seen all game, all season from the Rebels, and they're dialing up some new plays as well, very effective.
Yeah, thought I got away with a little holding on the wide receiver out there, but he would have scored either way.
Now you got to watch West Monroe and their opportunity to go for 2 right here. They'll set up in the swinging gate. The Trojans have got to cover it. Stagg will line up ready to attempt the PAT. The Trojans are covering as best they can on it. But again, the Trojans are not opposed to going for two or trying to steal some points here. They've been very successful at it through the years. 17-16 PAT is pending. And they settle back into the normal PAT position. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. 17-all, back in 30 on LA 103.5.
At Hickson, we know our business is not just selling and servicing cars and trucks. We're a family-owned business that believes in supporting the communities where we live and work. Healthcare, first responders, charities, schools, and civic organizations are all a part of our support for Central Louisiana. And as a part of this support, we're proud of our commitment to Alexandria Senior High, its staff, faculty, teachers, coaches, students, and student athletes. We are equally proud of our support and commitment to Coach Bachman and the Thomas Bachman Show. When it comes to Ash Trojan spirit, Hickson has it.
Hickson has it. This is Ash Trojan Football, presented by Hickson Autoplex on LA 103.5.
Back to Butch Stoker Stadium, and we did some tape watching ourselves and just put 30-second commercials in there, so we're not going to miss any of this. Stagg lining up for the sky kick. He's pointing it at Jalen Williams now, who stands at the 30. Jalen had the big run back early on this one. Stagg short kicks this. Trojans have got to come up and get it. Can't let it bounce around, and West Monroe may have it.
That was close.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Trojans fall on it. They keep it, but oh, my goodness.
That was a big mistake there. I don't know what he was thinking.
Rich, what did it look like down there?
Should have fair caught that one. I guess he had.
Yeah, I mean, number 9 was 8 was there, but just let it bounce. And once it bounced, that ball's not round. It's going to go in a lot of different directions. Fortunately for the Trojans, they got it back.
First down and 10 for the Trojans, locked at 17. A minute 15 to go here. 3 to the near side, empty at the top. Judd in the backfield, and looks like we may have a. We'll see what they're going to call here.
What's the call?
Checking to see what's going on.
It's the second time they've done this.
The official thought there was too many men on the field, and then he counts them, and then he kind of does a, well, my bad, and goes back to the other side. So.
Yeah, well, they ran one off at the last minute. I guess he didn't see him run off, apparently.
First down and 10 go the Trojans here from their 32-yard line. Judd's got it. Looks like Gray in the backfield. I'll have to verify that. Back to passes. Judd zips this one out. TJ's got his first reception and is going to pick up 6 out to the 48-yard line, and that's Chris Gray in the backfield. So Chris Gray. So the Trojans being able to hit that little quick hitter, Coach.
Yeah, basically it's one-on-one, and if they can ever break a tackle, they could go for 6. West Monroe's playing straight man up here.
Under a minute to go, third quarter play, deadlocked at 17. Chris Gray has it and is going to find 0 running room there.
Thought they might have got away with a little face mask. The guy came across and slapped him in the face. I don't know if he actually grabbed it. But,
one of those games within the games. You've got Division I signee Taylor for Stanford and Division I signee Peyton Todd locked in blocking battles the entire time. 27 now on the clock. That's one to watch. They'll be playing on Saturdays. Judd looks to the near side looking for the play. 16 on the play clock, 18 on the game clock. Trojans have to snap it here and run a play. Need to get this third down. Third down and 1. Go the Trojans. Good time for Judd to pick it up himself. They run the toss sweep. That's going to be out to Gray. He's got to get to the corner and does. First down for the Trojans. Chris Gray will go down, but not before getting a first down to end this third quarter. We are through 3 in the semifinal game here between West Monroe and ASH, and we've got 1 quarter decided. Locked at 17, back in 30 on LA 103.5.
Unfortunately, injuries happen in sports, as they do in life. From tweaks and sprains to serious rehab, the experienced team at Rapides Physical Therapy can expertly evaluate your condition, then craft and implement a treatment plan based on your specific needs. From back and neck pain to orthopedic problems and post-surgical rehab, Sam and the team at Rapides PT can get you back in the game. Walk-ins are welcome and you don't need a referral. Rapides Physical Therapy, 3016 Jackson Street in Alexandria. Online at rapidespt.com. Proud supporters of high school athletics.
Ash Trojan Football is driven by Hickson Autoplex on LA 103.5.
And back to JL Butch Stoker Stadium. I am Doug Gann alongside Ernie Lott, Rich Dupree on the sideline, and up over 1,000 viewers on our Facebook live stream feed. And you know, we thought the 200 we got last year in the Mandeville playoff game was a lot. But welcome to all of you viewers around the state watching this semifinal game, and of course everyone locally on the radio here listening to that. It is 1st and 10 for your Trojans here. They go from the 47-yard line. 17-17, and it's just punch and counter punch in this game. Back to pass is Judd. Judd dumps this one off, and what a great catch, having to turn around and get that one was Newton out of the backfield. Only going to be a yard, but that'll keep the clock. They got out of bounds, so they're going to stop the clock there.
It was a little different wrinkle that time.
He was, and that again sets up that throwback bubble screen that we've seen that's effective. 11:55 to go, just 5 seconds into the fourth quarter. 17 all. Trojans led 14-10 at the half. We're knotted at 17. Newton now goes out in motion. Judd looks to keep it, and that play has been sniffed out because when Jarvis goes out in motion, Judd has been keeping it, and they were right on that play from the start, and that brings up a big third down. Trojans have got to continue, find a way to go down and get some points if they want to keep this thing, you know, keep the advantage in this one. 3rd down and 13. Newton, the running back. Johnson and Jalen Williams to the top. Graham Vaughn, no, that's Colbert to the top. Now they do a little bit of a shift there, bringing Taylor and Newton in motion. 2 receivers stacked on either side of it. Back to pass is Judd, and they're going to call offsides on the offense is what the official from the far side called. He's calling offsides on there, and the receiver didn't get set. They're calling that on Colbert, it looks like. So now 3rd and 12 goes to 3rd and 17.
Yeah, there's a couple of mental mistakes here, and you don't like to see this starting in the fourth quarter for the Trojans.
Not at all, you don't. But their resiliency is there. Need a big play right here. Look for that little inside bubble screen that we've seen really effective. There are a number of things that the Trojans can go to. They can ill afford to take a sack here because we saw what happens to West Monroe when they get the ball in, you know.
I have to call a timeout here, I think.
3-2, and yeah, Ash has got to take the timeout before they get another penalty. Can't afford to go to a 3rd and 23.
You know, Coach Bachman ain't happy with that. They were late getting the play on, and they had to waste time out here basically. So that's what they're down to 1 now.
Down to 1 timeout. It looks, or maybe 2. They've got 3 left on the board, so they'll take 1 away. I don't remember the other one that was called this half.
Okay.
10:52 to go here in regulation. 17-17, and the folks that bought a ticket tonight have certainly gotten their money's worth. Rich, what are we seeing down there?
Well, this is what you work for, and that's what Coach was saying. This is what you work for all season. This is what you stayed late in the weight room for. This is what you came on weekends and holidays for. This is it. This is what you're playing for right now. And let's see who wants it more.
There you go, Rich. We appreciate that. Trojans have it 3rd down from their 40-yard line. Have to get to the 43 of West Monroe. So it's a tall task here on 3rd down. The Rebel crowd is making noise. The Trojan crowd is making noise. Judd fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking for all of it here. He's got Colbert in and out of the hands of Colbert, who had a step, but just misses. And my goodness, if he puts a little air in that, if this, if that, if it, yeah. My goodness, just missed it.
If a frog had wings.
Right. And there's something about it being my uncle, too, somewhere in there. But 10:45 to go, and the Trojans missed on a big play opportunity there.
He definitely had a step, but it was, like I say, it was just a tad overthrown.
Matt McAllister back to return this one. Judd hauls in a high snap. This one shouldn't be returnable as it checks up. McAllister's going to pick it up, bobbles it, and it just goes out of bounds. Never had possession of it, did McAllister. And I told you, he is very, his football IQ is as high as anyone that I've seen. And just, saw the Trojans backing off of it, runs up and picks it up. And similar to the Zachary return man, but this time it stays in the favor of West Monroe.
He was lucky. If he had picked it up, he could have had clean selling all the way down the field. And fortunate for the Trojans, he fumbled it out of bounds.
Trojans need one of those big breaks they got last game. They had a couple of them, need something to bounce their way. We're tied at 17 and this is where West Monroe likes to have it. They like to grind on you. 10.5 to go. 1st and 10 from the 40, tied at 17. Little from the shotgun, hands it to Williams. Williams trying to get to the outside, pushes a man back, but there's TQ. They've got to get him down, though, and finally they do. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground.
Trojans got it.
Trojans football, and there's that break we asked for. There's that break from that Trojan defense, and hey, Coach, let's see that one back on the replay. I'm putting pressure on my man when we call for it. You see it on your screen there. We're going to see him go around to the sideline, and that Trojan it didn't make it back. Oh, my goodness, what a ball play that was. Trojans with that opportunity. C.J. Kittling coming off to the sideline. Rich, we're going to have to get an idea from you who had that recovery. Or not.
I think Rich is in the middle of the crowd there, too.
I think he's in a mosh pit down there. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Go the Trojans. Abu Kamara in there, flanked to the left of Judd. 2 receivers to the near side. Now coming out is Kamara. Little halfback toss, swing pass out of the backfield. Going to actually lose a yard on there. And big 36 for the Rebels is well, there's 2 of them again, too, so I don't know. I got to believe Kelvin Wells. Kelvin Wells is listed as the DB, so we're going to give it to him anyway. But a big play by
nice
36.
Tackle in open field there.
2nd down and 11. Trojans have got to move forward. The last 2 possessions, they've been unable to move the football. And it looks like a flip of the last couple of years as the Rebels have made the adjustments. Trojans right in this one, but needing to move the ball. 2nd and 11 from the 39.
Like
West Monroe bringing the pressure on there. Judd gets to Newton. If Newton can get to the outside, he's got room. He gets to the 35, driven out of bounds, hops over, and goes into the West Monroe crowd and says, "What's up?"
Pretty close to hit out of bounds, but nothing was called that time.
They'll mark Jarvis out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Give him
still going to be 3rd.
Give him 7 on that. Should make it 3rd down and 4. 17 all, 9.5 to go. 9:37 officially. 3rd down and 5 is where they mark it from the 34-yard line.
West Monroe showing blitz again. They backed out the last time. I look for them to come this time.
Abu Kamara is the running back. To the near side is TJ. To the top is Colbert. Judd with a hard count might draw him. Calls for the ball, fakes the handoff. Going over the top once again. In and out of the hands. And that is Colbert once again. That is incomplete on that one, but a penalty flag on the field, very close to the area of holding, and it is. And you wonder if West Monroe. I think they declined that one.
Yeah, that'd be 4th down and about 6 yards to go. Of course, do you give? If you're West Monroe,
the official from the sideline is calling that they're declining it. That's going to bring up 4th down from the 34, and the Trojans will go for it here.
Absolutely.
Just out of the range of Peterman, so they bring back in Chris Gray. They bring back in the receiving package. I see T.J. Johnson, Graham Vaughn back in the game. 25-second play clock has yet to start. 9.5 to go. 17 all. Trojans 4th down and 5. This is a big, big play for the Trojans. 3 to the near side, 1 to the top. The running back in the backfield is Gray. Judd looking over the defense, calls for the ball, back to pass, intense pressure. They throw the bubble screen, and it's there. Colbert's got it to the 30. 1st down, 25-20. Down to the 15, 14, 13 goes Colbert. And not the screen, but the little slant over the middle is what he hits him with. And that's a big-time play by the Trojans right there. 1st down and goal. They're going to call a face mask at the end of the play, and you'll see it coming up here on your instant replay. The head turns around, and my goodness, big time here with 9:24 to go. 4th quarter of play in a 17-17 ball game, and the Trojans looking to get their first touchdown of the second half. They will scrimmage from the let's see where they mark it off at. It's going to be inside the 10, so that's half the distance. They'll go, Rich, that looks like the 6.
It is inside the 6.
Chris Gray in the backfield with Judd. You've got a receiver to the near side is Johnson. Colbert's to the top. Big, heavy line of scrimmage for the Trojans. Handoff goes to Gray. Gray cuts back to the left side. Trying to get there is going to be, they'll see where they mark his forward progress at the 3.
And speaking of 3, number 3 come up from the safety position and made the tackle that time.
Rich, we're going to rely on your eyes down there. Is he at the 3?
He is at the 4. Gray made it to the 4.
At the 4. Now Abu Kamara in there is the running back. Kamara gets it. He goes into the middle, gets down to the 1. He's fighting. He's going to be inside the 1 or right on the 1, and the Trojans are going to get after it. Rich?
Officially the 2-yard line. He'll be inside the 2. Officially at the 2. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 2.
I got to believe that big, heavy offense stays out there. No movement, no changes in substitutions. 8:38 to go here, 4th quarter. Trojans looking to strike with a touchdown. 3rd and goal from inside the 2. Kamara, the running back, in there with Judd. More of the power back is Abu. Waiting. Here we go. 7 and 6.
Influence throw here.
Judd back to pass, looking for the fade. TJ turns around. TJ's
shoulder.
got it. TJ's got it. Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown, TJ Johnson.
And he was calling for it. I saw him talking to the coach. Said, throw it to me. I got him.
Rich?
He was the hero last week in Zachary. At least with 8:13 left, he could be the hero again tonight.
You know, that big defensive line of West Monroe was watching 3 for the Trojans, and TJ just turns around the little back shoulder toss that Coach talked about. Going to take a break after this PAT. Looks like Valdez out to try this one. 8:13 to go. Trojans strike on a 2-yard touchdown pass from Barton to Johnson. And that is Valdez teeing it up. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is got to sneak in there. It is good. Back in 30. Trojans 24. Rebels 17. LA 103.5.
Security Sporting Goods, proud supporter of all area high school football teams. If you're looking for hunting stuff from ammo to camo, they got it all at Security Sporting Goods. They talking about camo brands like Drake, Bandit, and Nomad. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives. Security Sporting Goods, Memorial Drive, Alexandria. Proud supporter of area high school football. Catch all the scores, coaches' interviews, and more every Friday night at 10 on LA Friday Night Lights, right here on LA 103.5.
Just a programming note, no LA Friday Night Lights tonight. No LA Friday Night Lights tonight. 8:13 to go. Trojans 24, Rebels 17. And, Coach, you could not have asked for more effort, commitment, out of both clubs. Just a prize fight, just one punch after another.
Super game. And you were talking about all the people on Facebook watching this thing. They're watching a big game.
Peterman hammers this one. We'll see if it makes. It's going to be short of the end zone. Going to bounce around and picked up at the 3-yard line. This is where you got trouble. Great job by McAllister. He's running around there and going to be out to the 30. But, Coach, points off turnovers. They force the fumble, get it back, go back in, and put themselves up on the lead. And you got to figure you're a couple of stops away from an opportunity to make their way into Natchitoches.
Well, and one thing, though, there's 8 minutes and 6 seconds left to go. And
lots
West
of
Monroe,
football.
Yeah, is not going to have to get out of their comfort zone right now.
Big shout out to our tailgating crew that's down by the scoreboard. Cooked a lot of grub out there tonight, so great job by those folks. They're watching a thriller, as are everyone in here. Rich?
Hey, 17, Josh Marie is on the side here with a cramp, so we've got to try to get him back in the game as soon as we can.
Got it little under center. He fakes the toss, looking to pass. Is Little. He's got a man wide open. Going to be brought down, and that's a big-time tackle over there.
Nice
and
bootleg. Had him open for a second with a good recovery by the
Not sure the number on.
Here comes Marie. Marie back in, still cramping, still holding the back of that left calf. But Bachman came and got him off the bench, said, you got to get back in there.
That was Graham Vaughn, the receiver, in there playing defense that made that tackle. So a little two-way effort from Graham Vaughn. 1st and 10, go the Rebels from the 41-yard line. Little under center. Looks to toss it, looks to run that option. But the ball's on the ground, ball's on the ground. Trojans
have it! Trojans have it!
Trojans come out of there with that football, and this place goes electric. Rich, not sure who came out of that. If you can see who's got it down there.
Dude, I can't see anything.
That's what makes him the best sideline announcer in the business.
I'm honest.
7:36 to go. Trojans with a chance to go with their first 2-score lead if they can get points off the turnover right here.
If nothing else, burn 7 minutes off the clock.
I say we get it in the end zone here.
They may have NASCAR it right here, right off the bat, and go for broke.
Chris Gray is your running back. You see the 2 tight ends set now as Josh, check that, Jermaine comes in on, get a handoff, go up the middle, and we'll get things straightened out there, trying to find out who he just brought in there at the other tight end, and we'll get that over to you.
You got TJ on single coverage over here. He's lobbing to chunk it to me.
You know, they did that earlier. Jermaine Minor was the name that I was looking for. 7, 19, and 18, and the clock continues to run. But the Trojans cannot take their foot off the accelerator. 7:11 to go here. Over 1,200 on the Facebook feed and thousands around listening to it on our app. Back to pass is Judd. Judd's looking to get a home run. He's got to sit his body straight, got to straighten it out. Dumps this one off to Trey Colbert. And what a heads-up play that time by Judd. Clock continues to run. He was about to go out of bounds and just kind of shovels it over the defender.
That was, I guess, a smart play, but now at least the clock's still running.
Stayed in bounds right there. 6:40 and 39 now. 24-17. Trojans with the lead, looking to grind this one out, put another point on the board, put another score on the board. Judd's got receivers at the top and bottom. He's got Chris Gray in the backfield with him. Taylor, the H-back, to the near side. Jermaine Minor, the tight end, to the far side. Big, heavy offensive line for the Trojans, and West Monroe knows that they've got 11 within 3 yards of the football. There goes Gray in motion. Judd back to pass. He's going over the top again. That ball's complete. It's to the 20, to the 10. That's Trey. That's Trey inside the 10. First down and goal for your Trojans. Oh, my goodness.
And if you're looking on the West Monroe side over there, they are absolutely stunned right now.
Let the purple put it in the end zone right here, and they're really going to be stunned.
They're going to be stunned, absolutely. I just wanted to talk about all the people on Facebook. I had my nephew and all his kids came over from Atlanta just to watch the game.
Just to watch the game. Didn't realize they could put it on Facebook and watch it.
Yeah.
24-17, under 6 minutes to go. Trojans first down and goal. Big, heavy set for the Trojans. Newton, the running back, now in behind Judd. Judd calls for the ball. Newton does get it. Newton up the middle, jumps over the line, and you got to be careful with that one. It's only going to pick up a yard. Coach, you can ill afford any type of a letdown here, a turnover. You've got to get points. Any points make it a 2-score game.
Exactly.
And you certainly have the kicker to get there. Grind some clock, run it down. You want to get the touchdown here. But you've got to find a way to put some points on the board here.
Just hold on to the football, nothing else.
Trojans are 5-12 away from making history, but got to finish. And Coach Bachman talked about it. Got to finish. Judd runs the option. He's running to the near side. No, it's just going to be a quarterback keeper down inside the 5 to the 4.
Clock keeps running. Clock keeps running.
And Judd just going down inside. They're officially going to mark it at the 5, Rich. Is that where I see it?
Right between the 5 and the 6.
4:48 and counting. Come on, clock.
Third down and goal from inside the 6. 5.5-yard line is where it is. Newton is in the backfield with Judd. You've got TJ to this side. He scored the last time they were down here on that back shoulder fade. You've got Trey, who has been catching the ball at will down there.
Offensive coordinator on the field, the signal man, he's telling them, roll the clock, 20 seconds and counting.
So the Trojans go from their NASCAR offense to their pace car offense, if you will. 4:17 and counting in this one. Third and goal. Trojans up by a score. 24-17. Looking to go up by 2. Back to pass is Judd.
Fade.
He's got Colbert on the fade in the backside of the end zone. Colbert has it. Touchdown. Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown, Trey Colbert. Judd putting the fade to the back corner of the end zone and putting the Trojans up 30-17. Every game in the playoffs, the Trojans have reached the 30-point mark. They've done it again tonight.
Had to give kudos to the quarterback on that and the receiver. Both of them were perfect on the pass and the completion.
4 minutes, 2 seconds to go here. Just a crazy Trojan crowd and a very quiet West Monroe side of the field. Peterman puts this one up. 31-17, back in 30 on LA 103.5.
You're hungry. Your team needs you. You're a fan. You want to be at the top of your fan game, but you need something different. You need fan fuel. At Walk-Ons, we treat every day like game day. We're here all week long feeding fans with delicious, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, made fresh in our from-scratch kitchen. We've got what it takes to fuel fans and the team to victory. Walk-Ons, it's game day with a taste of Louisiana.
South MacArthur Service Road in Alexandria.
This is Ash Trojan Football, presented by Hickson Autoplex on LA 103.5.
4 minutes and 2 seconds away from the final in this one. And Judd has a couple of touchdown tosses and is proving why he has been our Dustin Goins Shelter Insurance Player of the Game on multiple weeks here too. We will work on our Advanced Collision Repair Defensive Player of the Game. We'll have all of that in our post-game wrap-up. Peterman now, his job, just put it in the end zone here on this kickoff and don't give any sense of life to the Rebels.
Make them go 80.
There goes Peterman. He puts a foot into this one. It is high and short of the end zone. McAllister's got it at the 10. He cuts back to the 15, 20. He's got a seam. It's going to be up to the kicker. Graham Vaughn out there misses him. CJ tracking him down, and CJ Kittling is going to bring him down. And there's a little bitty old penalty flag back at the 17. So I got news. This one's coming a long ways back.
Right there.
Yep. So all of that for naught as it goes back the other way. That's going to be an illegal block and further get this Trojan fan base on their feet. Coach, you're under 4 minutes away and barring something unforeseen, an opportunity to make history.
Well, and, this case of, you got one of the best officials in the state, and you get to this level, you don't get much home cooking, and that's the reason they get the neutral officials in. That definitely helped the Trojans there because he would have had the ball at about the 50 and an opportunity to close this game up. Trojans now got to make them go about, 90 yards.
Rich Dupree from the sideline.
Hey, Doug, you said the Trojans have a chance to make history. Trojans have a chance to add to history.
That is correct.
They are creating it every minute of this game.
And look, what a crowd is in here tonight. And we know they will travel if given the opportunity to make the short drive up to Natchitoches. First down and 10. Rebels have to get into the straight passing offense, and that's where they struggle. Back to pass is Little. He throws one out. It's in and out of the hands. Jermaine had it for a second, but it was kind of thrown down at his feet. Clock will stop with 3:48, second down and 10.
Had some confusion there by the Trojans about who was supposed to be on the field and who wasn't. And,
you got him, you take him.
Yep.
Second
get
down.
Lined up here, defense, and get ready to go.
This is where you want to put West Monroe, though, in a pass-only offense. They have shown their strength is to get up by 14 and grind the clock out like an MMA fighter choking you. Williams got it. He's going to go nowhere. He's going to go nowhere.
That's defensive front.
There's TQ Swayzer again making a big play. Wyatt Dozart on the inside line there. Jamari Monette making a big play. And, third down and 10. Trojans, coach, are a stop away from punching their ticket. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Little in the backfield, in the shotgun, back to pass. Throws a little one, and that is picked up. Going to be caught, going to be brought down. 4th down there. That is the Trojans. That's Kamari Voorhees. That's Chris Clark coming up making a big play. Number 6, Chris Clark, the sophomore. The coach, we've told you, huge things to go down the way for Chris Clark. And here comes that West Monroe punt team. And with 3 minutes to go, what a sight to see.
Right here. Coach is on the sideline telling them to stay on the line of scrimmage, play defense.
You've got all of your defenders out there. You've got all of your defense out there. They are in cover. You've got one of the most athletic players for the Rebels back there, Peyton Todd, the punter. He can get a 90-yard one off right now if he wants to. 2.5 to go. This ball is snapped back. TQ battling up the middle, and it's blocked, and the Trojans are going to fall on it, and that's going to be a safety. It looked like TQ Swayzer just hammered his way through there.
And that's the second time the Trojans have blocked him this year, so he might ought to work on his get-off time.
Got a flag on the play as well after the play, so we're going to have something on the Trojans, I'm sure.
You see the instant replay going up the middle, and I got to believe that was TQ number 24, Rich.
Don't have a personal foul probably piling on.
And it looked like Todd's slow to get up. You don't ever want to see a young man being injured at all. Good to see him getting up and walking off with just a little bit of assistance. That is a champion in Peyton Todd, who is a tremendous player. And good to see him up and walking off of the field in any opportunity. Certainly glad to see that young man coming off the field. They're going to give the Trojans the safety, and then they will get the ball back. Should be up 33. We'll see what's going on.
Well, they would be kicking from the 20 normally, but since they got a penalty, I'm sure it's a 15-yarder. So
we're going to get the white hat sorting it out.
Just a sideline warning?
Sideline warning against the Trojans is there.
Oh.
But they'll certainly take that. Give the Trojans the 2 points on the safety. And
sideline warning is going to be the penalty. So, or is it's just a warning. So
16-point advantage, Rich, and they're going to have the football.
Score is 33.
And that's going to you can see it going through the crowd that's here. And
we having officials.
There you go. And look, what a cheer from the crowd. Everybody loves the officials tonight. You'll see Stagg lining up to get this one, and that's right. What a
just catch the ball right here is all I ask for the Trojans, and 2:26 they can just about burn the clock.
Coach, I don't want to be that broken record, but they said they couldn't beat Slidell. Said they wouldn't beat Houghton. No way they could beat Zachary, and no way could they stay on the field with West Monroe. I believe they said 2 to 3 touchdowns lead for West Monroe in this game, and those Trojans have looking to punch their ticket. Acadiana already has a slot in the championship game. They win 23-0 in their contest. The Trojans looking to get the second half of the bracket up by 16, and will have the football here with 2:26 to go.
Onside.
And a little bit of stoppage there.
Official didn't mark the ball ready for play. Watch the onside.
Everybody else in here thinks it's ready for play. It's going to be great comments to hear from Coach Bachman when Rich catches him after the game. And there's a sky kick.
Just catch it.
And the fair catch is called for at the 36-yard line.
about.
Trojans secure possession, and they are just a few snaps from going on to play for the 5A state championship just 10 days from now. That game is on Wednesday.
Get number 8 off and play with some class right
The
here.
Tuesday night prior to the state championship, we're working on having a 2-hour edition of the Thomas Bachman Show out at Walk-Ons. We expect to have a tremendous crowd out for that one.
Well, I won't be there because I don't want to put the hex on nobody. So.
No, you stay right where you're at. You can't go in there. I may have to go back to Gatlinburg just to keep things on the level. That's right. 1st and 10, the Trojans go from the 38-yard line. They are 2:26 away from playing for the state championship. Judd calls for the ball. Handoff goes to Gray. Gray's going to stay up the middle, and that's where you will see the Trojans run the football.
Just wrap up the ball.
And West Monroe not calling timeout. Very classy there by Arledge and that group from West Monroe, realizing that hey, this one is done. 33-17, the Trojans lead, and they are grinding the clock out now under 2 minutes. Thanks to everyone that tuned in and viewed this one. Over 1,300 watching us currently. And, Coach Lott by my side. I am Doug Gann, Rich Dupree on the sideline, Roger Walker, Chief King there with the cameras. Billy French helping us out, Nathan Martin producing, and victory formation, and Judd takes the knee in a semifinal game. Exactly what you wanted. And now West Monroe does take the timeout. They take the timeout, but that's okay. Yeah. Burn the timeouts, and you're 96 ticks away from going to Natchitoches to play. Remember, Natchitoches, normally you're playing to the Dome, but COVID changed things around. Game will not be in New Orleans. First trip ever to the Dome won't be at the Dome. It will be in Natchitoches. And, Coach, you just wonder if a little bit of pressure was put on that football team after their basketball team wins the state championship last year.
Yeah, they might want to get one of those rings, too. So,
right.
They can talk a little smack, too, when they come
Everybody, all the experts I can tell you all the experts are going to say, Acadiana, that's our champ. Acadiana, that's our champ. Wait a minute. We've got 4 quarters of football to go from Natchitoches in that one. Very, very tough. They're the chalk. Acadiana's got to be the heavy favorite. No way a team out of central Louisiana goes and battles them.
Well, I think their enrollment, they got quite a few more students than Ash has, but
you like that? You like that reverse
players.
Psychology, there?
Yeah, I got you.
There you go.
I just thought I'd tell you, my wife's not listening to the game because she was superstitious.
Good.
So you didn't have to worry about your English tonight. It's all
well,
good.
it's been a battle, but that comes from 12 hours on the road today, getting up and leaving Pigeon Forge at 4 o'clock this morning.
Well,
that did it.
And she's been married to a coach long enough.
Third
so
down and 12, handoff up the middle, spinning around, keeping the clock going. That's going to be a pickup of 7. We'll see if West Monroe, and they do take the timeout. 1:28 to go in this one. Got to believe on 4th down that West Monroe is going to come after this one.
Yeah, Judd, just get it off any kind of way. And, I wouldn't expect anything different from a championship team like West Monroe. They're going to fight to the bitter end. Even though they're down 2 scores plus. And
now there were rumors of people going after the goalposts in this one with an Ash victory. I heard rumors of those. I said,
that would not be a good idea.
I said, look, all I'd have to do is get on one side of it and come over, and then somebody told me I'd have to have a stool to get up there anyway. I'm not trying to get into who that is. You're fired again. 4th down here, and 33-17. Coach, offensive player of the game.
Gosh.
Man, there have been a lot of weapons, but it's hard not to look at the quarterback play of Judd, putting the ball around like he's needed to, running for the big 70-yard touchdown run. Set the tone early.
On 2 touchdown passes right where they had to be.
And now he's back to get this punt away.
Just get it off.
10 men on the line of scrimmage for West Monroe. You just got to get the snap back, and if anything bad, you fall on it. You don't let a big play happen here. Snap is back. High snap it is. Judd puts a foot into this one, and it is high and wobbly, but it doesn't matter. It is out of there. That's going to drop down at the 39 and 38. 1:18-17 to go in this one. 33-17, your Trojans have the lead.
Don't give up a big play. Just keep them in front and underneath.
Defensive player, Coach, we got to start thinking about that too. That is the Advanced Collision Repair defensive player. Rich, what do you think?
I nominate C.J. Kittling.
C.J. has been solid without a doubt. And my goodness, the senior leader out there. 1st down and 10. Go the Rebels. They're down 2 scores, 2 extra points. Little's got to pass.
They're gonna give it to
Little calls for the ball.
Stud.
He's running to the near side. Looking around. Here comes some big pressure up the middle, and it's a little sandwich out there. Wyatt Dozart making things happen in the backside pursuit. Jamari Monette was there.
You can tell West Monroe, this is not their cup of tea to throw the ball, and the quarterback held it way too long. He should have got rid of it.
You get a couple of score lead on West Monroe, and it's hard for them to come back. Their offense is built to get the lead and grind the football, and that's what the Trojans did tonight. Little back to pass once again. Chunks this one up in the air. Got a wide open receiver. Just overshoots him. Just
had
overshoots McAllister.
3 down here too. If he'd have looked this direction,
his main look is McAllister though, and with great reason. Coach, 39 seconds to go here, up 2 scores and 2 extra points. And, oh, my goodness. It's been a pleasure to call this playoff run. And we will not have video capabilities at the state championship. That is only for their network. That's correct. So this is our final time to bring you video coverage of it. We will have the radio call. Handoff goes to the inside, to the near side. That is their big running back again. Jerome Williams going to be short of the 1st down. Picks up 11 but needed 12. And that'll be 4th down, 30 seconds to go.
Why aren't the clock running?
Timeout on the near side. Timeout.
How appropriate Jermaine McNeil made that tackle just now.
There you go. 4th down and looks like.
Why is the play clock? I mean, why did he go out of bounds?
Looked like a timeout was called there. 3rd down and short. Just the Trojans trying to make sure they've got everything in order.
Well, they're going to measure to see if it's a first down.
Right, that's what I was going to say, an official's timeout as the
see
White
it from
Hatters
here.
come all the way over to check things out.
I can see it from here. Not even close.
And look, Coach Bachman is up 16 points with 30 seconds to go and still coaching those guys up. Finish is their mantra, finish.
Yeah, I'm telling you, number 8 was running wide open down this right side of the field, and there was not a soul on him. The quarterback was just looking all the way for the stud receiver. Had he looked to the right side, he'd have been 6.
Following tonight's contest, be sure to stick around for the Trojan postgame show. Also, we will be going live on Facebook with some postgame things from Coach Bachman and some of the players and their reactions to this epic win tonight over the Rebels of West Monroe. And
we
Coach,
got parents everywhere down here on the field. That's something you hadn't seen at Ash and forever. To be that excited about the finish of a football game. And it's short. I know it. I can see it. I got that good eyes.
They will play football after Christmas for the first time, and it will be the final game of all the state championships. It will be at 6 o'clock on Wednesday the 30th. Rich?
5 chain link short.
And look,
you counted them?
Look at the right there in the middle of it on the replay, checking it out too. And Rich, how about that cheer section right behind you? Do you see them?
What'd you say? I can't hear you because of this cheer section behind me.
That's right.
And I can't see him either.
No, he's somewhere down there.
I'm having the time of my life, guys. This has been great. You got to experience this at least once, and I've had the chance to experience it 3 weeks in a row.
There you go. 30 seconds to go in this one. 4th down and a few chain links. And again, apologizing for my voice, but I'll lose it every time the Trojans play in games like this. Here comes pressure up the middle. Little gets this one out. Incomplete. Trojans win. Trojans win. 20 seconds to go in this one, and all it is one victory formation knee. And the Trojans will begin preparing for the 5A state championship game against Acadiana. Don't forget, stick around for the Trojan postgame show. We'll announce our Dustin Goins Shelter Insurance Offensive Player of the Game. We'll announce our Advanced Collision Repair Defensive Player of the Game. We'll talk to head coach Thomas Bachman, and we'll hope that Rich Dupree doesn't get trampled somewhere in the middle of all of that. Want to send a big thanks out to all of the people that made our video broadcasts possible. Of course, Roger Walker on camera, Jared King on camera, Billy French on camera, Rich Dupree on the sideline, Ernie Lott beside me, Nathan Martin, our producer. And there goes Judd taking a knee, and that is going to be the one that punches the ticket to the 5A state championship. How about that? 12 and 11 and 10. And you'll just listen to them. Rich, turn your mic on and let us hear what's going on down there.
We got the camera going, we got the mic on.
And you see it down there, and I'm just going to let you watch that. That's your ball game.
History, baby, history made.
A lot of class by the West Monroe. You have to give them credit too.
Yep, letting them, Coach Bachman told them, act like you've been there. Well, he hadn't. But they're going there now. And, oh, my goodness. We're going to take a break. No, we're going to try to keep right here. And, Rich, I don't know when you're going to see Bachman.
I see him. I don't know if I can get to him.
That's just a wave of players in there. And the class of the West Monroe team continues as they come over and they're giving high fives and hugs. And
coaches and players doing that, Doug.
Yeah, that's a great sight to see.
Well, and they were probably wishing them good luck against Acadiana. Of course, they don't know who won, but
I got to believe they'll know it there. And Rich, what a
Acadiana.
What a scene down there as the crowd is going crazy in this one. As well justified, and no idea where Bachman is.
I got him right here, guys. Got him right here.
Let's go down to Rich
Coach,
Dupree
congratulations,
and Coach
brother.
Bachman.
Thank you. Woo! Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? Get to go to work again tomorrow.
Hey, that's all right, but we're working for a goal achieved just yet.
That's right. That's fixing to be the message to the kids. The goal was never to go. The goal was to go win it. So we got work. Looking forward to putting in that work. Know we're going to play a great opponent. Don't know who it is, but know it's going to be a great opponent. It's going to require a whole bunch of commitment from us all over again. So we're looking forward to it. But as far as tonight, I'm very proud of our kids and this journey and these coaches, and I've said it all along, just how hard they've worked and how much they believe. A group of kids, when they begin to believe and they're committed, special things happen.
Coach, I can tell you it is Acadiana, but that doesn't matter at this point. What matters is that you did what they said you couldn't do tonight.
Yeah, that's right. We don't really listen to many people outside of our own program, and keep doubting us. We're all right with that. Right. We'll just keep showing up, doing the work, and we knew this was in this.
Rich, tell him I'll save your walk-ons next week.
I just think I got a bunch of emotions running through me right now. We ain't won it yet, and a lot in front of us. But I can remember 6 years ago when I took this job, people telling me that I was out of my mind, that you can't win in Central Louisiana. And I don't know that there's anything better in life than doing something somebody said you can't do. So here we are.
So proud of you, Coach. Alexandria is proud. Central Louisiana is proud of you.
Good.
Let's bring it back home.
Amen. Amen. Let's do it.
All right, Coach. Congratulations. Wow. Just the emotions, guys. Just the raw emotions right after. That's the best kind of interview to get. Congratulations to Coach Bachman. We're not done yet, guys. We're not done yet.
There you go, Rich. We appreciate everything you and Billy did down on the sideline. Great work, and we will see you in Natchitoches in 10 days. Guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to name our offensive player of the game. That's the Dustin Goins Shelter Insurance offensive player of the game. We will name our Advanced Collision Repair defensive player of the game. We'll do all of that right after this on LA 103.5.
Unfortunately, injuries happen in sports, as they do in life. From tweaks and sprains to serious rehab, the experienced team at Rapides Physical Therapy can expertly evaluate your condition, then craft and implement a treatment plan based on your specific needs. From back and neck pain to orthopedic problems and post-surgical rehab, Sam and the team at Rapides PT can get you back in the game. Walk-ins are welcome and you don't need a referral. Rapides Physical Therapy, 3016 Jackson Street in Alexandria. Online at rapidespt.com. Proud supporters of high school athletics.
At Hickson, we know our business is not just selling and servicing cars and trucks. We're a family-owned business that believes in supporting the communities where we live and work. Healthcare, first responders, charity schools, and civic organizations are all a part of our support for Central Louisiana. And as a part of this support, we're proud of our commitment to Alexandria Senior High, its staff, faculty, teachers, coaches, students, and student athletes. We are equally proud of our support and commitment to Coach Bachman and the Thomas Bachman Show. When it comes to Ash Trojan spirit, Hickson has it.
Hickson has it! Southern Air is a proud supporter of high school football and wishes the best of luck to the Ash Trojans. Southern Air is proud to be your trusted source for cooling, heating, and plumbing services in Cenla for over 25 years. From their 24/7 emergency repair service to their experienced technicians and plumbers, join their Shield of Protection membership and never pay a diagnostic fee again. Make sure your unit is tuned up and ready for winter with special financing available. Call Southern Air today at 318-528-1555. Go Trojans from Southern Air.
Security Sporting Goods, proud supporter of all area high school football teams. If you looking for hunting stuff from ammo to camo, they got it all at Security Sporting Goods. They talking about camo brands like Drake, Bandit, and Nomad. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives. Security Sporting Goods, Memorial Drive, Alexandria. Proud supporter of area high school football. Ash Trojan football is driven by Hickson Autoplex on LA 103.5.
Coach, we're back here in the Trojan post-game show, and the Trojans now will play more games in postseason than they played in the regular season. They will play game number 5 in 10 days from now, roughly that Wednesday following Christmas. And the 30th, right before New Year's Eve, I believe, is when that game goes. It's a 6 o'clock game. It's the Wednesday game on there. But, man, I can't describe what I've seen these last 4 weeks of playoffs.
Well, every week they executed better and better. The defense, and especially I'm really proud of the offensive and defensive lines. I know they don't always get the credit, but, that was the difference in the game tonight. I really believe they were slapping West Monroe in the mouth for the most part and putting pressure on the quarterback and just an outstanding game by everybody for the Trojans.
Yeah, it was something. And so now we want to announce and give out some awards. And at the end of the year, Coach, after that state championship game is over with, sometime in January, we're going to announce our player of the years, offensive, defensive, special teams. We'll announce that, as well as we're going to offer a Coach of the Year award in that one too. One of those coaches that should be up for 5A Coach of the Year is Thomas Bachman, and you heard the passion and the desire and the commitment in his heart. But offensively for the Trojans tonight, big runs early. This is the Dustin Goins Shelter Insurance Offensive Player of the Game. Big runs early for Judd. Big pinpoint passing in the second half for Judd. Did exactly what he needed to do in this game. Made all the plays. The only boo-boo, keep the hand down and run on through the end zone.
Well, he learned a lesson on that one.
Indeed, he did. And our offensive player of the game is going to go to Judd Barton. Very well deserved on that one. So congratulations, Judd Barton.
Let me say one thing, Doug.
Please.
I think college coaches need to take a good look.
You're right. He absolutely. He's a winner. He's a smart quarterback, smart ball player, great athlete
great
out
arm
there.
Too.
He's going to end up playing baseball somewhere if these coaches don't get him.
Double dip.
Somebody's going to get him. And defensive player of the game, Advanced Collision Repair. Thank you for everything that you guys have done all season long. And we called his name over and over and over again, and that is C.J. Kittling. C.J. Kittling is our Advanced Collision Repair defensive player of the game, Coach.
I agree. He's one of the vicious stickers out there in the defensive part of the ball, and I like to call them the slobber knockers. He will come up and put it on you.
Well, that might be an award that we have to come up with as well, the Slobber Knocker of the Year award. Guys, it's been wonderful. I want to show for a moment some of the folks that made this possible for us. You see them rolling across your screen right now, but we've talked about them all. Ernie Lott has been by my side for several seasons now. Rich Dupree, glad to have him. He was on the sideline. Our cameraman, Roger Walker, and Billy French, and Jared King. Nathan Martin producing. Scott and Denny back in the studio. Scott Mills, our operations manager, and Denny Barbe was on the board for us tonight, and could not have done it all season long. Again, we're going to work on having a 2-hour version of the Thomas Bachman Show, and just have some special things going on that night. I can't say enough about the effort that our crew put in this year to do this. We will have the radio call for you from Natchitoches for the state championship. We'll have that. So a big thanks to everybody that did this. I certainly want to thank my wife for letting us come back from vacation early. We would have been in here later, but I told her that we had to get, so we settled. I didn't get to do the game last night. We're going to work on having some live video tonight with some of the coaches, some of the players on this. We'll do all of that. Well, I especially want to thank God for allowing us to do this one more night. And doing what we love. So that's going to do it here from J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium. Guys, Trojans victorious, semifinal winners, and going to face Acadiana for the 5A state championship in just a few short days. Ash 33, West Monroe 17 from Butch Stoker Stadium. I am Doug Gann. God bless you all, and good night on LA 103.5. Whoop, whoop.
Ash Trojan Football has been presented by Hickson Autoplex and also brought to you by Walk-Ons, Jason Hawk Farm Bureau, Sadler's Towing, Dustin Goins Shelter Insurance, and Randy Wiggins State Farm Insurance. Follow the Trojans all season long right here